your fantasy team from falling off the track. Football is back, Jack. Whether on the ground or through the air, when the chips are down and you throw a prayer, when your team is primed and on the hunt, it's 4th and 10, you refuse to punt. When the shoulder pads and helmets crack, that's how you know that football is back, Jack. Let me hear you say, football is back, Jack. This high is wild and out of control, and we're gonna ride it every week till we reach the Super Bowl. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gag. Football is back, Jack. Football is back, Jack. Football is back. Football is back, Jack.
All right, we did it, everyone. We made it to Friday. Let's give it up for the weekend, everybody. Yes.
All right, us.
All right, there we go.
Let's go.
Look at this crew right here. I don't know if this group's worked together yet. We got Roy, Tony, Amin, Chris, and, of course, Dave Damashek. Hello, Dave, back out on the West Coast. Good to see you.
That's right. I'm right now 3 hours behind all of you. And what's more, I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm playing hurt here. This is my Jordan flu game. I don't know what the hell happened to me. I wake up in the middle of the night and my toe is, I'm in excruciating pain. and then I have to limp down the stairs to do this show with you people today. And I don't know what the hell happened. I've reached an age now where I just randomly, body parts just hurt real bad. But anyway, good to be with you.
Now, it's fairly common to wake up, especially at our age, you wake up and you got the stiff neck, all right? You sleep kind of weird, you sleep wrong, but the toe,
The hurt big toe.
like the big toe injury, what could have possibly happened?
Exactly. That's my question. I'm mystified myself.
baby.
I once woke up with a rib contusion that lasted for like 3 or 4 days. I don't know what I did in bed, but it just happens. Yes, there is an age where you can hurt yourself sleeping, and it's not even because I was thrashing violently or anything. I don't know. I just don't know.
Are you a
It
thrasher?
happens. Not really.
I am.
You thrash?
Yeah.
How does how does your wife feel about that?
Were you going to call her White Tamara? You call her White
Yes,
Tamara, whatever?
White Tamara.
She does not like, a few nights ago, she was so mean to me in the middle of the night. A few nights ago, I'm lying, I'm sleeping peacefully. I'm enjoying my sleep. And all of a sudden, she shoves me in my chest and she just goes, not even like, like rocking me, just move. It wakes me up out of a dead sleep. And I look around, I'm like, so mean. And then I roll over to the other side. She said I was taking up too much space in the bed, which I don't necessarily agree with. Now, granted, I hug throughout the night. I hug a huge pillow. Why is that so funny?
What are you, pregnant?
A body pillow.
Yeah, I hug a huge.
It's a great visual.
Yes, I do. I have a body pillow. That nobody else does that.
No.
Pregnant women do that.
Nightly threesome in the Zaslow manse.
And so that also bothers her because she claims that as a result I take up so much space in the bed. I hug a huge body pillow all throughout the night. Whatever. What am I supposed to do with my arm? I'm a side sleeper. What am I supposed to do with my arm?
How huge are you talking?
Like
length of the bed? Like
No.
full length of the bed?
Why would it be the length of the bed?
So you can put your feet
Does it have a
around too.
name like Hanks's ball, Wilson and all of that? Like it has a personification. Have you gone so far as to put a face on this pillow? Does
No.
it have some sort of character to it?
Wilson also, coincidentally.
How big is the pillow? It's really thick, and
yeah.
it probably goes from like my neck to I don't know, like my knees.
I don't like this.
Okay. So not as long
Does
as I
your
thought.
wife like it, Zaz?
She hates it.
I imagine so.
Whatever. She was mean, though. Just shoves me in the middle of the night. Move
She's
over.
yelling.
What the hell?
That's because all the affection is going into that pillow instead of her. I've proposed to my wife, and she has stiff-armed this idea. And I know it's not the most romantic, but I kind of like the way Lucy and Desi did it. I don't think it's the end of the world. And in fact, the
That's
two
separate
twin
single beds,
one
right?
thing- yeah, but I would propose because I snore and everything, and I think that's a lot to put up with. If the shoe were on the other foot, I'd be out. I'd move on. But somehow she tolerates it. But yeah, separate rooms. Is that the end of the world for lovers?
I know couples who do that.
Why stop there? Why don't do separate residences? And then you can still preserve the magic of like a knock-in. Hey, what's going on? Oh, man, it's so great to have you over. And then, is it okay if I spend the night? Like, yeah, and then it's on. That's great. I think a lot more marriages would last longer if people did not live together.
My grandparents slept in the same room but had single beds.
Mine too.
Wild Bill Cody and Nana Doogie?
That's right.
Mine too. They slept in the same room, but had single
Yeah.
twin beds that were separate.
And-
which when I slept over, we pushed together when I was a little kid.
And my wife and I have recently sleep divorced. She's been sleeping in our guest room upstairs. It's because I snore.
My
so-
wife's been threatening the sleep divorce for a long
and
time.
my wife
Hold
is
on.
loving it.
She gave up the master bedroom?
Yeah, I mean her clothes are still in there, and we will sleep together like on vacation and stuff. We're not
I'm
getting
just-
separate hotel rooms.
Why weren't you the one who had to go to the guest room and she stayed in the master bedroom?
That's a great question.
You won that one.
Yeah, I did kind of win it.
Wow.
Is it- you know about that Lev?
He's got that hand.
He's got that Lev. My
They
wife.
always do it in movies. Have you ever been required to go and sleep on the couch? That's always the TV movie.
You're right. That's never
punishment.
no. That's you're right. That is the TV movie punishment. I told you I'm in the middle of a rewatch of Mad Men right now, and I'm at the point where Don and Betty are about to get divorced, and Don slept on the couch, and it's like I've never been banished to the couch.
If I'm sleeping on the couch, I'm drunk.
Now is that because you can't make your way upstairs?
Right, I'll just like
or because the snoring is extra violent when you're drunk.
every once in a while I'll get home and it's like, oh, let me lay on the couch and watch a show, fall asleep, and then you wake up at like 2 a.m.
clothes and everything.
Yeah, and just get into bed.
If I got banished to the couch, guess what? I'm getting recruited back in the middle of the night.
Wow. Look, how about that?
I'm getting that tap like, hey,
How about that?
come to bed. Yeah.
Wow. I almost got into a car accident on the highway this morning. Wasn't my fault. Almost got into an accident. Again, not my fault. Is what it is. I'm an excellent driver. I'm very good at avoiding accidents. But, Chris, you had an incident, right?
I witnessed disgusting behavior on the highway this morning. And before I tell the story,
Was it Zaz?
it was not Zaz. Would anyone like to guess of just a hypothetical? What could I have seen that I would describe as disgusting behavior?
Someone mooned you in the backseat of the car.
I did not get mooned.
Depending on who did it.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm gonna guess someone was eating while driving.
Nope, not eating while driving. Someone before the show suggested someone was peeing out the window. That's a bit extreme. It's actually not as bad as that would have been.
Somebody was going to take an off-ramp, flew off the off-ramp, and then landed in front of your
Like
car,
GTA
skipping you.
style?
Yeah.
Somebody littered.
Roy, you nailed it.
Hey!
But not just littered, not just a standard littering. I'm driving behind a car. All of a sudden, I see a Publix bag fly out the window, and it comes like at my windshield. And I'm just like, that's terrible to do. But I don't think that much of it. I'm like, maybe I'll see that once quarterly. I'll see somebody do something like that.
Empty bag or
Empty bag, it just flies out. I'm like,
Sometimes the wind grabs it. You know what I mean?
it kind of went right towards my.
Sometimes the wind
Like
grabs
Forrest
it.
Gump.
Exactly right.
So then I'm like, all right, that's just, I don't like this person, but I'm not blown away by that yet. And then I keep driving. Less than 30 seconds later, a soda, like from a fountain drink that you would get at like Publix or any place with a lid on it, just tossed out. The same car, the same window.
with soda?
I mean, yeah, like it hits the ground and you see some liquid come out of it.
What an asshole.
And I'm just like, so what did I do? And that was it. So what do? I speed up.
Damn
I
right.
get next to him, and I just stare. I admonish them with my look. I'm shaking They have very tinted windows, so I don't have confirmation that they saw me, but in my mind, they did. And I did my part of aggressively shaking my head at them.
Hey, look, this is what I would do. I would have pulled up. I would roll down my window. I would have honked the horn, and then if you have children listening to this right now, earmuffs, I would say, "Hey, fuckface! You have to address them as fuckface."
Have you ever rolled down the window and addressed someone as fuckface?
Yes.
Really?
On the highway, though, like I don't think they're gonna hear me. Their window's not down, so I'm really just mouthing it.
That's all it takes. That look right there. I wonder what he said. Is he wishing me a happy birthday?
But I was just blown away by that. Like, back to back, just on the and it wasn't like, because we were in the left lane. It wasn't like not that this would make it better. You throw it out the driver's side, that way it's like getting to the side of the road. No.
Sure.
This was out the passenger side to the middle of the highway, both of them. And I'm just like, you don't give a fuck.
To Chris's point, you always want to see the face of the culprit, though.
Yeah.
You always do. You can't let them go by without you seeing exactly who did it. Somebody cuts you off. Somebody makes a stupid move in traffic. You're like, I got to go see who that person is.
And then have some sort of either racist or sexist or
Exactly
homophobic
right.
statement.
Thank you.
Of course, it's one of those.
Now, is this because you're anti-litter or it was dangerous?
Oh no, this is just gross behavior. Like I didn't affect my I didn't have to swerve.
I don't
or
like
anything.
litter. I try very hard not to ever.
And
litter.
I'm seeing people in the chat here saying Chris looks like he'd be a litterer. I am not a litterer. And maybe I do look like I'd be one. It was one of the things. My dad, from a very early age, he would more than anything when I was younger. If like he hated littering, so he instilled that in me early. I am an anti-litterer. I've already admonished my daughter for times where I'm like, "Are you leaving that? No, that's littering."
So you're like the Japanese fans at the World Cup, where after the game
I
they grab a
love that.
plastic bag and they start picking up their own trash.
I love that. Now littering. Okay, where do we draw the line then on littering? Because if you're chewing gum, is spitting it out into the bushes littering?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Animals can eat that.
Yeah, and also
So you give them a nice treat.
That's a play on for me.
Whitty eats every single piece of gum he's ever had. He's still living. He's fine.
wait, what? I missed
Whitty,
this one.
Whitty has chewed.
Oh, you're saying he swallows it?
He eats every single piece of gum he's
That
ever
is
had. He
so
eats
foul.
It. Guy's still around kicking.
That
You're gonna tell me a squirrel's gonna eat something that's gonna die? Come on.
Dave, when's the last time you were chewing gum and you swallowed it?
Not since childhood. I was told it resides within you for decades on end. It's sort of like getting sucked into, the way Boba Fett met his death. He fell into the Sarlacc pit and was slowly digested over 1,000 years, which, as I've said before, and we'll say again, that sounds a lot worse than it probably is. Because once you're in the Sarlacc pit, like Boba Fett was, you get digested. You're probably dead after about 18 hours, right? So getting digested over the next 1,000 years is no matter to you. You've already left your mortal coil. But anyway, I don't want to get distracted.
By the way, YouTube chat, it's not litter. What I did in the stairwell months back, putting the Starbucks cup there, it's inside a stairwell. That is not littering.
Okay, now you've lost me.
So
If it's inside, it's not littering. It's just leaving trash out.
Okay, so there was a time where we have a specific stairwell in the back there that we go out to get to the parking garage. And there's a certain person here that always gets a certain cup from a certain
What
establishment.
does their name rhyme with?
Wiss.
Briss.
And this peach...
I'm going to speed this up. It was raining one day. I was going down the stairwell. I had my cup in my hand. I was going to my car. It was raining. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to walk out there in the rain with a cup. So I left my cup on the stairwell. Did I leave it there a couple days? Yes, but it's not littering.
It was there for months.
It started growing a whole new civilization, and they developed. They learned how to interstellar travel and stuff.
At that
They
point, I
had
was just interested in
They had the
museums and-
combustible engine.
museums
grow?
and parks. It was crazy. Scientists,
I don't want to get up on
philosophers.
Mount Pius about this. I hail Chris because I too like to roll down a window. I'm not as aggressive as Amin is. I go champ. Hey, champ, another grown up is now going to have to come and clean up your mess that you just made. Champ, I think, is nice and demeaning without giving away my emotion to him. Means is more aggressive, and now the guy you're talking to has already won in this back and forth.
It's funny, Dave, because I don't usually reach that level. Usually my move is to smile and wave, to be extra nice because it's so condescending.
I like champ, though. That's a nice one.
That's a great condescension. But if you're on the highway and my thing is this, I'm not even so much about, hey, littering is bad. It's like, why'd you have to do it now? Yeah. What are you going to go pick up your mom? It's like, this place is a pigsty. You're like, I got to get this clean. Just wait until you stop or you go somewhere. Then litter at a safe, speed.
I'm curious, the striking element of Chris's story is that there was a sequence to it. One garbage, and then several seconds later, more garbage strewn, a line you could follow to catch this criminal. Have any of you, Zaz specifically, have you ever made your love in such a way that you come in the door and then, like in the movies, again, that's a big thing you see, is the clothes strewn all the way from the first floor up the staircase? All the way. Have you ever had an experience like that where after post-coitus you have to go and retrieve your clothing?
Or you sweep everything off the table to do it.
Oh, that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
You ever try to do that one? I see. The clothes one, Dave, doesn't happen because it in the movies it's like you're kissing and they're but they're still moving like
I can't stop kissing while I take off my pants.
It's not realistic. No. But the clear out the table one, because it's so dramatic and it's meant to like impress upon the other
like an
partner.
Office desk. You come to my office.
Yeah,
we
like
lock the door and we
we're about
shove
to do
everything
this, and like so I tried it, and it's like what
Whose
happened?
office?
I tried it.
It was not office, like it was my desk at home. But like I tried it, but it was just like it wasn't a clean sweep.
It killed the mood.
Because it wasn't a clean sweep. It was like things came off like 3 or 4 at a time.
This
Like,
shit's gonna break.
and then I just move it, and then I started like sweeping back and forth, and then like when all right now it's clear, I looked around at the ground everywhere, and it's just debris, and I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna have to clean this.
Couldn't
later.
concentrate.
That's all I could think
I'm
of.
a more vigorous lovemaker than you, apparently, Amin, and I'm not surprised to hear that. I do draw the line at breaking stuff. Often movie characters will, when they clear off a table, they'll throw away an entire meal and it'll crash on the floor. They'll rip a shirt open. That's where I would be like, whoa, how far are we going? Let's settle down here. There's no reason to destroy property here while we're at this. I, though, also have had such an experience. In fact, post-coitus, I once said, a woman once said to me, like, I can't find my underpants or something to that effect. And I said, oh, they're under the couch with your dignity.
Cold-blooded.
Now, why would you do that?
You, sir, are a cur. Anyone ever do this?
Dave Damashek, what are you doing? Come on. What led you to this? Ugh.
Are you guys ever do the smoke after the post-coitus smoke? Because that's the one from the movies that I was like, oh, that looks so cool.
I told you I'm watching Mad Men, man. After every time Don Draper has sex with someone, he and his lady friend, they immediately roll over and they light up a cig.
But is that just about being smokers, or is there
That's
something?
thinking of himself. That's Don Draper laying there in the bed, thinking he's Draper.
Yep, I got the chest hair out and everything, and I'm lighting up.
And then you light up one for the body pillow. There you go, buddy.
So tonight I'm flying to Minneapolis tonight. I'm flying to Minneapolis tonight because I'm going to SummerSlam this weekend. I'm very, very excited. But I got annoyed yesterday with my flight tonight because I'm like the last flight out of Miami Airport. It's a 9:30 p.m. flight we're taking to Minneapolis. And I'm like, so I'm going to leave the house at like 7:30. By 7:30 p.m., I don't know about you guys. At 7:30 p.m., I'm in like, this is shutdown mode in the Zaslow Mansion. This is relaxed time. I'm sitting on the couch, the Zaslow Mansion family room couch, very uncomfortable couch, but I'm sitting on the couch. I'm in my underwear. I got pants off, I got my TV show on or whatever, and it's just relaxed time. And now tonight, it's going to be, all right, let's get all of our stuff together, and let's do this thing where we go to the airport, and the flight's not taking off until 9:30 p.m., I found myself annoyed yesterday. Like, why did I pick this time of flight?
No, Zaz, I think you're off on that. A nice little night flight. Amin takes a lot of them red eyes. They're nice. It's always dark. It's never hot, because sometimes when you're on the tarmac in Miami, it's like 3 p.m. It's 1,000 degrees. Like, that's brutal.
And the flight attendants and the captain have to tell people, shut your damn window shades so that we can keep this plane cool. I want to see the tarmac. I want to see the planes.
I like to look out, see what's what.
No, man. Look, let me tell you right now. I know people are like, what if I've never been on a plane? I'm telling you right now. You take a peek, you look outside. It's basically that for the entire time. There's not a lot of scenes. It's just either clouds if you're flying or just grass or tarmac.
I like to
if
get
you're
a
on the
feel
ground.
for how many planes are ahead of us here. What do we got here? Let me see here. I can only see one way down there. By my math, there's like 3, because you can't see in front of you. You're only like, you're doing the math of like, I see a wing Kind of. All right. There's 3. And then you tell people around you. You're like, we're 3 in the hole here.
So, 9:45 flight. It's a good time. You're going westward, so you gain an hour back.
West? Aren't I going north?
No, Central
Northwest,
time.
though.
Central time.
Again, I don't know where anything is.
You're gaining an hour. In
I'm
time
on the
zones.
plane. Just take me there.
Yeah. So when you land, well, no.
What I'm saying, when you take off, it's going to be 8:30 over there.
8:30 over there. Yeah. So however long that flight is.
It's almost 4 hours. It says.
So you'll get there around 12:30.
I know, but that's like 1:30 my time.
No.
Body time.
You can't do my time.
It's their time.
It's their time now. You're on their time.
I'm out of the Lord's time zone.
So now you have to just accept and embrace. Okay, man. It's just 12:30. You get to the hotel, say like 1:15. Bars shut down, I think, around 2 or 3.
All right, I'm with my 14-year-old. All right, we're not going bar hopping.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. I'm landing really late. It feels like a pain in the ass.
I'm with you, Zaz. I think a good life rule for the youngsters out there is I thought I was beating life. When I got out of college, I got a bartending gig in Chicago, and I thought, oh, this is the greatest. You can wake up as late as you want. You get to go 10 bars. That's the wrong way to think about things, because all you do all day is just think about like 7.5 more hours till I have to be at work. I'm with you on this flight. It's no good. Do it first thing of the day. Get to the airport as early as possible. Get the ugly travel behind you.
Don't listen to this amateur. Early morning flights. You know who that is the main of? All the rookies. You get to the airport, it's like, where do I still take my shoes? Can I bring this gallon of, where's my flight? All the people who never travel on the first. I want maximum time at my destination. It's such a rookie hour at the airport. It drives me nuts.
I think you're wrong. I feel like the people who understand travel go the first flight.
Buddy, I travel
you're never gonna
every
get
goddamn
delayed.
week. I do this all the time. I've done the night ones. I've done the day ones. I've done the morning ones. And I'm telling you right now, rookie time is the early morning, pre-8 a.m. flights. Rookies.
Logic dictates that the first flight is the least likely to get delayed.
Correct.
That's what people say. Like, that is the reason.
The first one's a little
Yeah,
late. Now the
that's-
second one's going to push back.
That's true. That's I'm not going to debate that. But
That's why
but-
people travel earlier, though.
But
that's why.
that one little piece, like sometimes there's a piece of true information and then people hang on to it and make it their entire identity. That's what the early morning flight is. Every rookie traveler, because the delays aren't going to happen. Shut up. Get out of my way. They should have, I don't know.
Take my shoes off here?
Oh, God, the questions. What do you mean? This is my grandma's perfume bottle. I can't give it up. Then go check it in. But,
Take my watch off?
I don't want to pay the baggage
How do I
fees.
get TSA pre?
Oh, my God. What's this clear thing? It means clear out of my way, goddammit.
Amin is one of these assholes who then I can glean from his remarks here is one of these assholes who at the start of the red eye declares like all lights off. Everybody must follow his way or it's the highway, right? I assume you just anticipate complete blackness in the cabin, right? I mean, I don't fall asleep at night on an airplane, so I have to sit awake and I feel like a heel because my light's on because I'm reading. What the hell else am I gonna do?
No, Dave, see.
Your lights on?
Again.
What am I gonna do?
You're
Close your eyes.
You're such a rookie. You're like, I can't sleep on flights. Guess who can? The guy who fell asleep in a 4DX movie watching Mortal Kombat 2. That's the guy who can sleep on flights. I fall asleep before we even push back from the gate. Matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago, I was on a flight, last week, I was on a flight that got so delayed that I fell asleep, woke up, looked outside, saw tarmac, thought, oh, we're here already.
And you hadn't left yet?
We had never left.
Oh, that's brutal.
It is brutal, but it is testament to my ability to sleep at any point.
That's brutal. So, Chris, we know that NFL training camps are all underway. It's all happening. And that includes what I feel like is the least hyped up Miami Dolphins training camp of my lifetime. Normally you get all the advertising or, to come out to Dolphins camp, bring the kids. That I've seen none of that. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not in touch there right now, but I feel like there's no hype around this Miami Dolphins training camp.
You're not feeling that new coach, new regime energy?
That's another example where normally you feel like, okay, this is exciting stuff. I don't know. To me, this is the least hyped up Miami Dolphins training camp of my lifetime. But what I am starting to hear now coming out of Dolphins training camp is everyone they're on this Jeff Hafley's tip. Everyone loves Hafley, all right? And so yesterday, how about this? You know how sometimes though, well, not sometimes, a lot of times you do the 7-on-7. You know, you don't wear pads and you do 7-on-7 drills. Well, Jeff Hafley, he doesn't do 7-on-7 because football in the NFL is 11-on-11. Give this a listen.
And then the other big thing is this. I mean, we had officials there yesterday. I mean, the things that we can't have happen is you can't have pre-snap penalties and hurt yourself. There were examples yesterday, which I brought up again when I talked to the team and I kind of bring it all together. It was 2nd and 10, and we hit a big play, but we jumped off sides. So, like, what happens there? It's 3rd and 8, and the defense jumps off sides, and now it's 3rd and 3. All those little things with the officials being there in 11-on-11, and they're throwing the flags, will send the message of this is important. Like, if they weren't there or we were just doing 7-on-7, I mean, we had a great play on defense yesterday. It was 3rd and 10, and our defensive end lined up off sides. That doesn't happen in 7-on-7, right? Like, all those things, we have to get the rust off, and that's what training camp's all about.
Football guy.
So, it makes sense what he's saying, but at the same time, is everybody else stupid? Like, everybody else does 7-on-7. Are the other coaches seeing, they're like, yeah, what do I think of that? You know, so that's, again, it makes sense to me, but is he he's not inventing the wheel here, right? I think Dave Damashek just fell asleep as a result of all the coach speak.
Whoa, I haven't experienced such charisma since Joe Philbin. I mean, what are we doing? This is his introduction to the world. I agree with you, Zaz. Like, yes, you've done it, Coach. You've reinvented coaching with ignoring 7-on-7. Also, I don't care for the long sleeve white T-shirt underneath the turquoise T-shirt. Bad luck.
Now, is that you don't care about the long sleeve under the short sleeve, or you don't care about the color scheme?
No, I don't care for the chosen outfit, the long sleeve underneath the T-shirt. What's the point of that, especially in Miami, right?
I wear short sleeve shirts over long sleeve shirts over short sleeve shirts.
The vibe I'm getting from Hafley is that he's just like trying to not be Mike McDaniel. Like the take on him at the end was just like too whimsical. Like, he's just like, I'm a football guy. You had a fun guy before. I'm hard-nosed, and we're going to do it the right way. We're going to be accountable. Every sentence, every paragraph I've heard Hafley say this offseason, accountability.
Have we heard anything about Malik Willis yet? I mean, I know we're only a couple of days into camp at this point. Like,
I heard there were a lot of drops yesterday. I heard Tutu Atwell was not good.
Well, this wide receiver room's going to stink, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's going to be a weird year for them, man.
The best time of year, though, just getting, like, reports from camp.
Yeah,
a lot of drops today.
What I do think, though, is that there's going to be, if you blur your eyes, something akin to the Justin Fields in Chicago experience. In week to week, there will be some bad games, but there will be enough flashes where you sort of grade Malik Willis on a curve because of how bad the players are around him. But I bet you there will be conversations on this show and beyond about, like, all right, they're not doing Malik Willis any favors, but maybe we don't need to draft a quarterback in 2027 because maybe at least we have the answer here. And I wonder how many times that's going to come up from you, Zaslow, and otherwise everybody rooting for the Dolphins in 2026.
I mean,
lose game.
No, I don't watch like that. I mean, I've been really clear about the way that I watch the Dolphins. I don't watch hoping that they lose because I want the higher draft pick. I can't experience my favorite team that way. Now, when they do lose, it softens the blow, because I'm not stupid, but I don't watch the game hoping for losses.
Dave, to that point, like, I think the objective for this season is, do you have a quarterback that can lead you for the next 2 or 3 years or not, right? Like, everything, the nucleus around the entire team is built on that fact. Can this guy play quarterback or not?
Mr. Right.
I completely
Mr.
agree
Right
with you, and I think he is, there's so many teams that didn't take a run at him because it was the unknown. There were, limited exposure in regular season games. But I mean, that the idea that you could pay him what you want for 2 years as a transition until you do find the answer, I think Dolphins fans are going to be seduced. That's my prediction by the Malik Willis experience this season.
Well, I think the thing that, if you're right, I think the thing that Dolphin fans are going to be seduced by is we've never had a quarterback like this. We've never
right.
had the running quarterback.
What are you doing to Jay Fiedler?
Well, you've had a. By the way, you better not say anything negative about Jay Fiedler.
I'm saying he's the best running quarterback the
I
Dolphins
was
have ever had.
Big Jay Fiedler guy. All right, that guy had guts. I was a big Jay Fiedler
Tough guy.
And it doesn't hurt that he's Jewish. Anyway, we've had quarterbacks who can run, but we've never had running quarterbacks. Like Jay Fiedler was a quarterback who could run. Ryan Tannehill was a quarterback who could run. Malik Willis, like, he's a running quarterback, right? We've never had that guy, like literally never had that guy as quarterback. And don't give me Pat White, like, don't be stupid. But we've never had that type of quarterback. So yeah, I do think there's going to be a part, Dave, where like the Dolphin fan is kind of seduced because we've never seen it before.
Yeah, and I think the best comp is the one you just threw out there for his skill set is Ryan Tannehill. I know people have a hard time doing that when one guy is white and the other guy is black, but that is in fact the best comp.
I want to play this clip for you guys from the OG's show, which is Udonis Haslem and Mike Miller. And I think it's interesting because these days it feels like Rich Paul runs the NBA. Rich Paul, most powerful agent in the league?
He's up there.
Who else would be next to him then?
Bill Duffy's up there. Mark Bartelstein is up there. Jeff Schwartz. Like, there's some names.
Well, certainly he's out in front in a way that no other agent is.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
And even before the podcast, though, right?
Man, I don't. Mark Bartelstein is all over. Aaron Mintz at CAA, he's everywhere. He's, I believe, the originator of, hey, when you break news, you credit me on it. Where it's like, as per Aaron Mintz of CAA, that whole thing that newsbreakers all do now, that instead of saying, hey, so-and-so signed a 5-year deal, $100 million, everything guaranteed. It used to be that was just the news.
Right.
Now it's like, as per Aaron Mintz of CAA, as per Mark Bartelstein of Priorities, like that started, I think, with Aaron Mintz.
I guess what I would say is before the podcast, before we're actually seeing Rich Paul on your screen, if you would have asked the regular, everyday NBA fan,
Sure,
can you name me any player agents? I think they're going to name Rich Paul, and I don't know if they're naming anybody else.
they probably name your guy. What's the Shark Never Sleeps guy? What's my man who went to Miami with Dan? Oh man, the football agent who's a
Trace Armstrong?
no,
Tracy didn't go to Miami.
not Trace. The other guy. Come on, guys. He repped like every bigger the U.S.
Rosenhaus?
Drew Rosenhaus. There you go.
Okay, but he's not an NBA guy.
No, I know,
Sure,
but
sure.
I think that's what people.
That's
would
what
say.
confused me. I was like, wait a second, who?
And
Okay,
the
sure.
Italian guy.
Wow, how did you forget Drew Rosenhaus' name? Anyway, so I want to play this clip for you because Rich Paul is like the guy now, very powerful agent, and I don't know the last time you heard someone speak about Rich Paul like this because while Norris Cole is the guest in studio with UD and Mike Miller, Norris Cole's not mentioning Rich Paul's name, but it's Rich Paul that he's talking about here. Give this a listen.
I learned the hard lesson in the business of basketball, man. For y'all young fellas out there, when you have an agent, make sure you're involved in what's going on. Don't just let them handle stuff behind the scenes without you knowing. But it was my first time in free agency. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so I had a powerful agent, and I let him do everything, all the negotiations. I didn't even think twice about it. But I did some bad negotiation. Just got caught what it is, and I caught wind of it late, and I ended up firing him. And when you fire a powerful agent, of course they're gonna save face, and that's what happened. And tried to make it seem like I was the greedy one, which in reality I wasn't.
Yeah, that ain't you.
And so, that's what happened. So I ended up having to take a deal in China for a couple months, and then got injured out there, rehab 8 weeks, and came back and got a chance in OKC, the Russell Westbrook triple-double year.
Yes.
But it was tough after that.
He would go on to say it cost him about $70 to $80 million, which I don't know where he's
70 to 80.
I don't know where he's coming up with that figure, number one. But I thought that was interesting because that's pretty harsh words there for Rich Paul. Right?
This is what I'll say.
Like he's saying Rich Paul put his name on the street and was dragging his name.
That's another part of the sound because that's not what I got from that. What I got from that was bad negotiation, which typically.
What does that mean?
So this is what I'll explain, and this is I'm not talking about Rich Paul. This is about agents in general. When you are talent, whether you're a player, whether you're in our industry or whatever, you have a choice to make. Do I hire an agent who's at a big, powerful firm because they have all the connections and all the leverage, or do I hire like a boutique firm because they're going to take care of me and they're going to prioritize me?
But also back then, we're talking 14 years ago, Clutch may have been a boutique.
Yeah, but Rich Paul was never a boutique agent, right? Rich Paul.
What Amin is describing, though, is spot on, and it reflects the entertainment industry as well. Is like, how big a fish are you? I'm sorry I interrupted you, Amin.
No,
Yes,
don't apologize. So,
right where you're going here.
So, as a result, when you are with a big, powerful agency, you might think, oh, yeah, they're going to get me in rooms. And they might. They do. That is their power. But the problem is you become a pawn in their grand scheme. Because if I'm an agent, I get 4% on the NBA level, 4% of the earnings of all of my clients. In the same way, for us, typical is 10% on
Why
the
is it
team.
10 for us and it's 3 to 4 for
Because we
athletes?
don't have a strong union. That's why.
The contract's like $80 million versus
That too, right? Like
4% versus 10%,
not 80 million, right? So, but as a result, if let's say I have 3 clients, I'm agent so-and-so from ABC Sports, right? And I have 3 clients. I got Roy Bellamy, who's a superstar. I've got Tony, who's a superstar. I got Chris, who's a role player, right? So I'm trying to get Roy 20. I'm trying to get Tony 20. I'm trying to get
15.
Chris 5, right? 4% of that is, whatever it is, like, do the math, right? But let's say the team goes, I really like Tony. I'll take Chris, but I ain't paying him more than 2. But I'll pay Tony 30.
Oh, baby. Hey.
The agent doesn't care because he's still
I
getting
don't
his
care.
female
I'm getting
money.
4% of 32. I'm not going like, well, I only got 4% on 2. That's not enough. He's like, no. As a totality, I'm making out.
And that happens a lot?
That happens a lot.
Give me that boutique.
And so, well, then the boutique is like, hey, can we talk to someone else? And they're like, well, I tried to call, and they wouldn't call me back. Like that's the game that you're playing. You're just like, well, if I get someone who's all the way for me, but not having the connections, that doesn't help either. So I don't know what happened with Norris Cole. That clip is very short. That's the first time I'm hearing it. I would imagine when I hear bad negotiation, the first thing I thought of, like, oh, you were a pawn, and they told you were going to get this much, and whoever they were dealing with was like, we'll give you this for that guy, but we're only paying this much for this guy, and now you're on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, he went on to say it cost him $70 to $80 million.
That part is...
I don't know where he's getting that number.
The only way that's possible is if you're telling me 14 years ago, there was a team that said, we won't go $1 over 70, and Rich said 70, my client's worth way more than that. And that's how he lost out on $70 million, and I don't see that one happening.
I got to get that $5 million.
Accused serial sex pest and Florida Republican State Representative Fabian Basabe was just found liable by a jury for sexually harassing, battering, and defaming his male former legislative aide and intern, and he's running for a 3rd consecutive term. Plus, there's a Neanderthal in City Hall talking all that ooga booga because Miami is back.
Coming up this Friday on Mystery Crate. Check it out wherever you get your podcast, wherever you watch things, YouTube. We are literally everywhere. And this week, we are talking about what we were like in high school. Did we get in fights? Were we good students? Did we cause chaos? Tony calls his brother. I call my wife. It is a chaotic episode, but a lot of fun.
It's a classic nostalgic Mystery Crate where it's like a Back to the Future. We go to the past and we go to the future to figure out how we're becoming like our parents.
You will never believe how many fights Roy got into when he was growing up.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you.
Fight on a Mystery Crate.
Yeah.
Mystery Crate everywhere.
Everywhere. Literally, not everywhere, but most places.
My emphasis
What
is...
about Clayton?
What about
Or
Clayton?
Clayton, I'm sorry.
Who is Scott McCullough?
You know, I have a friend named Scott
That's my
McCullough. I'm
mom's
sorry.
coworker's husband.
I have a... Okay, I'm sorry.
No way.
Apologies. Okay.
Can we call him and ask what he would have done in that spot?
Please.
You have his number, Chris?
That's funny.
Try it again.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to both McCulloughs. But if I'm the manager, my emphasis is this kid deserves a once-in-a-career shot at a perfect game. My emphasis is not, you know what, we have a 4% better chance to win if we
Well,
go to
what
the
are the things, now that you're making the list, what are the things more important than winning? Because I do agree with him. I do think there are rare instances where you can prioritize the individual over the team, and this would be one of them because it's not even a no-hitter. Like, that time has passed in baseball. There are a lot of bullpen no-hitters, and in fact, I don't even think that they get very much fanfare anymore because of how it is you've cheapened the no-hitter when it's 6 bullpen guys walking 6. But a perfect game, 27 batters faced, your team doesn't make any errors, you don't walk anybody, nobody reaches base. There have only been 24 of those ever, and he was 6 outs away. Do you guys hear a lot of arguments on the other side of this? Is this about as close as you will come to consensus in sports, where most sports fans are like, oh, come on, they used to throw 130 pitches. You got to let him finish that game. I'm tired of all of these maximizations of efficiency that steal the sport's soul by doing silly sort of math instead of like giving a young pitcher a chance at immortality.
I mean, almost every Marlin fan reaction that I saw wanted Yuri Perez to at least have a shot at getting 6 more outs. It's why it was so weird. Like, the Marlins television guy, Kyle Sealaff, called Marlins fans brain dead.
Yeah, he
who
did.
felt that way.
He did.
What?
Yeah,
brain dead.
Yeah, he apologized for it. He walked it back, but yes, he was castigating the audience in a way that was dismissive, and he then apologized.
They have a
for
dead
it.
brain, Greg.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
What?
There you go. There's a rumor that may make the catchphrase countdown. Right, and the committee has met on this, and the reason it qualifies for the catchphrase countdown is that although that just sounds like gibberish, what it is a repeat of the word what.
Tony, you got to work on yours because it does have that.
Well, he's the
parrot.
master,
I
though.
know, but
Mine's lacking the parrot.
Well, you can try to upgrade your game.
What?
Yes, it's a series of 8 was, W-H-U, followed by a what? Yes.
I'd like you guys to challenge each other here.
Okay, go ahead, Tony.
What? Oh, I see where it is. It's his cheeks are looser. That's what it is.
That's it.
What?
No, you got to start off a little higher.
You know, it's a Cody thing. The Codys can do it.
Can you do it? Let me see. That's more chicken. That's chicken than parrot.
Do it again. Let me hear you.
That was a sound.
I was trying to show off. Go ahead.
Yeah,
do
you
it.
got to go. Better. That's my boy.
By the way, I've gotten Scott McCullough's number. I'm going to text him.
All right. Well, no, just call him. Let's call
Call him.
Let's
I haven't talked to this guy in 15 years.
Just say it's Chris Cody.
Let's go.
Oh, just okay. Yeah, this is a
No,
normal thing to
I
say.
want to hear. I want him to pick up the phone and go, Scott.
Yeah.
My dad
how you doing?
confused you with the Marlins
I-
manager.
Chris Cody.
Do it on speaker right
let's
here.
let's do the whole thing.
Hey, it's Chris
Uh,
Cody.
And we'll let him know he's on air.
Yes,
We're old friends.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Just, hey, this is Chris Cody. Call me back.
These are the dangers of doing some of these things live.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Oh,
Give him the reason. Give him a long
Chris
reason.
Cody calling about the Miami Marlins.
Scott's going to hear that and go,
Stay on the line.
Please stay on the line. So we'll see if we get through.
I would have liked the more.
Holding music.
He's going to be like, Chris Cody and the Marlins. How's Beth?
Just go right into the question.
Why? Hey, it's Chris.
okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry, this person is not available.
Chris, hold on. Hang up, and now call back, and make the explanation more detailed.
Okay.
Say,
What would
Greg, you are still maintaining, after just watching Emerson warm up, you're still maintaining that you think you're going to make more than 3 of 10 penalty kicks?
I think I'm going to make 3 or 4, yeah. There's no question about it. I've got a psychological edge I found out in conversing. Emerson Lake and Palmer is a good goalie, don't get me wrong. I call him the Pink Panther. But
you laid out for a reaction?
FIU in the championship game.
Hold on.
You
actually did pause for applause there on the Pink Panther? That's what you just did?
Yeah. He's a Panther. He's wearing pink. He looked beautiful. Number 30, not even a goalkeeper's number. I mean, this guy.
Emerson, before you get into goal here, how many kicks is he going to make against you? How many penalty kicks do you see him making?
0. I'm normally a good penalty saver, so probably nothing.
Okay.
I'm assuming nothing.
Yeah, that's what my guess is.
He's got an accent. He's going to be good.
Yeah.
Overconfident. I'll make a goal. There's no question about that.
Nope, no chance.
Will you?
You don't think?
I don't know.
That's a big goal, man. That's a wide-ass goal.
Do you know what foot you are?
I'm ready. Will I kick with my left or right foot?
Are you wearing shin guards?
Instep? Yeah, you know why? Because we got a rumor that Emerson here, as soon as he lets up the first goal, he's going to come out and try to kick my lower leg. So we decided to put me in shin guards.
Emerson, have you
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Exactly how they imagined it being read. So we have a new segment, which is debuting today. A brand new segment, and it is called, Roy, you will hit the music. It's called NFL.
NFL?
That's right. This segment is called NFL. Chris, what do you got first for us for this new segment called NFL?
Training camp has started. Travis Kelce has shown up to Chiefs training camp, and I want to ask the question, is he looking a little hefty?
Oh.
Looking like he enjoyed his offseason a little bit here.
It looks like me out there.
Looks like Tony out there. And I know I'm the last person that should be gut shaming, but he's a professional athlete, and I'm not. So
it's always the fallback. Whenever look, what do you look like? I'm like, I'm not playing. If you're comparing me to someone who is playing, we're in trouble.
And I'm very pro Taylor and Travis. I'm very pro Travis. But I'm being a jerk right now, but he does look a little thick.
Dave, you would probably know best. Like, you feel like he's looking a little heavy there?
I bet he would rationalize and say, I'm a vet. I'll be ready to go in time for week 1. But I do wonder if, after all of the success and how essential he's been in their Super Bowl run here, will Chiefs fans or some percentage of Chiefs fans turn against him if in his final chapter he gets fat and happy and is maybe disinterested or at least a non-factor in the offense? Do you think that's where this is headed?
I mean, look, it's not very common that you start talking about retirement and then 2 years later you're still playing. Like, normally when we start to have the retirement talk, it's like, maybe like it might be time to hang it up. But 2 years later, he's still out there playing. All right, good start. NFL to the new segment, NFL. Amin, what do you got for us?
Well, this may not be news to anyone else, but it was news to me. Hard Knocks this year is with the Seattle Seahawks, meaning for the first time, I think ever, we're getting Hard Knocks with the reigning Super Bowl champs.
Really?
I can't wait.
Really? First time ever Hard Knocks with the champs. Okay. Well, what's the interesting – I mean, look, forget about coming back off a Super Bowl, but are there players you think that we look at where it's like, ooh, it's going to be a juicy angle?
Zaz, this is the beauty of Hard Knocks. You go in, I don't know who these people are, but then I get introduced to people. The guy who's trying to make the roster as a 30-year-old rookie, and like all these guys, and we get invested in them week by week. It's a great drama, and like all great dramas, it's character-driven, but you don't. It's not like the Hollywood of today where it's like, well, who are the big stars in this one? Like, no. Let me just walk in and discover people.
I was out on Hard Knocks for a few years. I think recently I've gotten back in. Like maybe I just needed a break.
Sometimes even when it's an interesting person or a big-name person, but it's an interesting storyline you didn't know. Like, for instance, remember when Carson Palmer could tell what Gatorade it was just by tasting it? Remember that one when he's like,
I could definitely do that.
Carson Palmer was like a Gatorade savant. He was like, you got to mix a little bit more water in this one. Oh, this one needs a little more powder. Yeah. He was doing all this stuff. I'm like, I didn't know Carson Palmer knew so much about Gatorade.
Tony, what do you have for our brand new segment?
NFL
Called NFL.
We're heading over to Las Vegas, boys, in one of the more intriguing quarterback rooms on the planet. We have Kirk Cousins, who's already in midseason form. Rolled the tape. We just got a tape of him running through some gassers, through some sprints here. Look at the boy. We're getting. Oh,
that's what Zaslow would look like running.
Yes, sir. Got a little faster there. All right. They're catching up the other way now.
Not even close to touching the ground.
He is in full midseason form, and I want to go over to his other one where he was working on some rollout drills. Take a look at the pass here. Getting around the corner there. It's getting there. Okay.
He woke up with a bad
Let's see Fernando throw. Okay, Fernando, good move. Got around the corner.
Oh, we got some zip.
Nice zip on that ball. So Kirk Cousins.
Oh, too soon for you guys down there at the U, right? To see Fernando out there. You remember his last game, right?
All right. We're talking about Kirk Cousins here, not Fernando. You can
we're okay.
Keep it quiet over there in
Woke
Los
up with
Angeles.
a bad big toe.
Dave Damashek, what do you have now for this new segment?
NFL?
I used to love Hard Knocks, by the way, and I was all the way in. The greatest part of Hard Knocks was always the cuts and seeing how different teams cut guys.
Let me call
whether
my
or not
grandma.
they gave them their dignity. Oh, that was the best. The other thing I'm a curmudgeon about, and always have been, is as much as I love football, the declaration that's going around all over the place right now is, we made it. It's football season, everybody. Preseason games kick off, and specifically next Thursday night, Panthers Cardinals, the Hall of Fame game, and everybody will be swooning. I can't believe football's on my TV. No, it is not football. It is a Civil War reenactment. It is the same thing. It only looks like the real thing. It's the same thing as when you go to, if you ever have walked Gettysburg, you walk around those grounds and you're like, whoa, there's a reenactment going on over here. And this looks like the Union soldiers over there, the Confederates. Wait a minute. That Confederate general's drinking a Mountain Dew. Something stinks here. Same thing. You'll be watching that Panthers-Cardinals game, and you'll be like, wait a second. This looks like wait, the running back's white. Come on, everybody. You know, it's not, there are little details that are off. And so I am going to hold my powder and keep it dry until actual meaningful football games.
NFL?
Chris, you have another one for us?
I have another great one. Plexico Burress has compared playing with the Jets to prison.
Oh, I saw this.
He said, quote, they're both kind of similar because when I walked into prison for the first time, I was like, damn, I'm a bleeping loser. I had the same exact feeling every day I walked through the doors with the Jets.
I got to tell you, like, it's obviously a funny anecdote, but it's also really, I feel like it's endearing, where he's... It's
Prison's
just,
not that bad.
No, that's not at all how I heard
That's what I
that.
took
No,
away
the
from
Jets are that bad.
No, the way that I heard it, like, it just felt very self-aware, where he's looking back and he'd wake up in the morning in prison and just say to himself, man, like, I'm a real loser for being here.
Look
I
down
don't
and he's
know.
like, he's wearing green. I'm like, damn.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Thank Jesus, everybody, for Woody Johnson and Brown's ownership, because without their ongoing incompetence, it would all be laid bare that the NFL is just straight up a communist league with a salary cap and everything being pushed towards parity. Every team's number would eventually come up were it not for just the devastating incompetence of ownership of a couple of NFL teams.
Guys, I'm surrounded by a wealth of NFL knowledge here with you guys. Right?
NFL?
This is a segment called NFL.
NFL?
Yeah.
I have an NFL question. So Max Crosby traded to the Ravens, trade rescinded.
Yeah.
Right? They say, oh, something in the physical.
Yeah.
Comes back to the Raiders. We never find out what was the part that made him fail the physical. And now he's in trade rumors to the Cowboys. And I'm like, wait, what was wrong with Max Crosby?
Nothing. I think the Ravens got super cold feet because of the reaction, and you could find anything in a physical. You know that immediately. Like, I'm not comfortable with this, and they rescinded the trade.
That's right.
Wow. What? So they just thought it was a bad deal that they did?
Yeah, they had buyer's remorse, and they had a way out of it, and that's always going to be the physical. Yeah. Tony, you got another one for us?
I got another one. The Saints just inked Cuban, by the way, Chris Olave, wide receiver, to a 4-year extension worth up to $132 million, $90 million guaranteed. Dave Damashek, last time I checked, he's missed a lot of games, 2 concussions. Are you worried about that?
NFL.
Yes. That was my reaction to it. Was really Chris Olave for that level of bank, given the number of games he's missed, how undependable. And the other thing is, too, of course, these teams, Mickey Loomis, who has run the Saints forever, surely has considered the Michael Thomas situation, which isn't that far in the rearview mirror, and yet he still rolled the dice on another high-end wide receiver who's injury-prone.
Roy, you got one for us? This is a new segment that we're doing here. It is called NFL.
Yeah, Browns captured Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson alternated first-team reps, and it did not look good for Cleveland. Dave, what you got over there in Browns camp?
NFL.
That's what I have. The Browns are still the Browns. What did I just say? Thank goodness for Woody Johnson with the Jets and Jimmy Haslam with the Browns. Were it not for their terrible, enduring decision-making, we wouldn't be able to laugh like this and feel better about ourselves. You know, when I was growing up, I was never the first pick. You'll be surprised to learn and pick up anything. My goal then quickly became, just don't be the last guy picked in anything. And so the Browns exist for us to laugh at and point at and say, at least we're not them. And now they're down to Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders as their starting quarterback. Sad times to be a Cleveland Browns fan. But then again, it's always a sad time to be a Browns fan.
So I'll put a bow on this brand new segment here called
NFL.
Yesterday, Baker Mayfield. This was the big story in the league yesterday. Baker Mayfield met with the media. He wants a contract extension, all right? He's coming up on the last year of the deal. He wants a big extension. They're apparently not close. And here is a very emotional and disrespected Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've told you guys I've been pretty upfront and honest about my feelings about Tampa. It being home for now our family. We're raising kids here. We love it here. I wanted the deal done and set the deadline and told them it was going to be all ball after that. And I did mean that. And I don't know if they thought I was just going to take some of the offers that they gave, but I'm at the point of my career and understanding what I've brought to this franchise. One, I'm very, very thankful for the chance they gave me. Do not get me wrong on that. But I've also I really know what I've brought to this franchise, leadership-wise, and even play-wise. It's been some of the best years of my career, and I think it's only going to trend upwards, just being comfortable and feeling that. So disappointing in that regard to not have, to feel disrespected a little bit. And that's really the disappointing part, to feel undervalued after, thinking you've earned it.
Dave, can you set a deadline and tell the team that past this deadline, it's going to be all about ball, and then you get up in front of the microphone and you talk about how disrespected you've been?
It is great. And the thing with Baker Mayfield that's striking is he definitely that guy? Is he getting over his skis about who Baker Mayfield is in the quarterback league and where he ranks among those quarterbacks? Yeah, it's usually a thing you hear from the team side is we got to go all ball here. It's all about team and it's about the season, and that's why we cut off. Some teams do that. In fact, like once we get to camp or once we get close enough to the regular season, no more negotiating. So it's funny that the player would do that, and now the team is sort of like, sorry, Bake, we wish we could continue negotiations, but you don't want to.
I mean, he wants to be paid over $55 million a year. He wants to be paid like one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. And I would say he's not one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. He's good, but that's where you're in this weird spot, man, where all these quarterbacks, they want to be paid in the top 7, 8, 9, whatever it is in the league. And if the team doesn't feel that you're in that elite tier, they offer you likely whatever the Bucs offered him. Because here's the thing. The Bucs apparently made a couple of different offers. And the weird thing is, it's not like like Baker is disrespected. He feels disrespected. He doesn't like the deal that the team has given him. And it comes off to me, Dave, where it's like, unless the team gives you it, there's no negotiation. Because if the team doesn't give you what you want, then it's disrespectful. Anything less than exactly what you want is disrespectful. And I say that because it's not like the Buccaneers came into the negotiating table and like, we're offering you $10 million a year. I'm sure that's not what they were offering him. I'm sure they were offering him a respectable contract, which is definitely below what he wants. But it's like, anytime it's not the contract that you want, apparently it's disrespectful. It's like the player, it's always business, right? And when the team looks at it and says, hey, this is business here. These guys are paid what they're paid because they're at this level. We think you're at this level. Oh, no, you're disrespecting me. No. We're doing business here. And any time that the player doesn't get what he wants, it's always personal. It's disrespectful.
I hear you. And I think in my head, it goes to where the Buccaneers may perceive him to rank among his peer group. But of course, what Baker Mayfield understands is, what are you going to do if I disappear? You cannot, whether or not you can pick apart, well, Bake, as a franchise, we're looking at you versus the very best, or where you stand among the very best, and do we see you among that? That's not really the conversation if you're Baker Mayfield's side of this sort of thing. You want to go out into the abyss without me? Do you remember what was going on before me? You had to go and scrape around, and then you got the old man Tom Brady. And then after that, where would you be without old Bake here? Don't you think that there is some sort of payout for how I've transitioned us out of the Brady into where we are? We're relevant in the playoff chase going into 2026.
I mean, they win 8-9 games every year.
Right?
You know? They're not a great team. They win it's the worst division in football, and they're routinely winning it with 9 wins. I don't know. It's not that. And by the way, he wasn't great last year. Like the amazing year he had was 2 years ago. He wasn't great last year.
Well, and then that points to Mike Evans, who Mike Evans has, for whatever attributes you would place with any other pass catcher in the league, Mike Evans has a pretty consistent sort of track record going back to Johnny Football at A&M. He's one of those cats who makes quarterbacks better than they otherwise might be. And so maybe, I bet the Bucs are kind of looking at this. Can we get through this season and consider tagging Bake for $50 million in the offseason, because we want to see what he looks like without the Hall of Fame wide receiver named Mike Evans?
I still feel like he's a top 12 quarterback in the league. Is that fair to say? 12, 11,
I don't know.
10?
Count. It's always a great game to play of like, oh, he's obviously a top 10 QB. Go ahead and start listing them. Where does he come down?
I mean, I'd rather look up the top 12 salaries for quarterbacks in the league and see where he fits there.
You know, the interesting
thing. Wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be interesting to see, in the same way that contracts are now structured for first-round picks, that, you know, it's a grading, you know, from 1 down to 32 based on your draft slot? It would be if there were some universal evaluation of quarterbacks and you ranked them 1 through 32. It's like, well, you're the 11th best quarterback, ergo, we're going to pay you $31 million this year.
But I think kind of when you talk about this, it comes down to tiers, right? There's a tier of like, these are the elite quarterbacks, right? Okay, they're worth whatever. And then there's another tier of like, they're not elite, but they're pretty freaking good. And then there's a tier of like, yo, this ranking is very fluid. 1 year it might be him, and then the next year it's someone else. And it's like, that's where I think Baker Mayfield falls. And that's where the evaluation is harder as far as how much do I pay you if you are, in a sense, interchangeable with like X amount of other guys. Whereas those higher tiers, you can say, hey, I can't get another Justin Herbert, right? I can't get another Josh Allen, right? Whereas where Baker Mayfield is like, good quarterback, I feel good if he's my quarterback, but I also feel like there are other guys. I'm still looking.
Disagree. I think that 10, 12 years ago, I posed the question, how in a world of 7 billion people can we not find 32 humans to play competent quarterback in pro football? It really is mind-bending. So let's eliminate half based on gender, so 3.5 billion people. But still, there should be plenty of arms available to succeed to some degree in the NFL, and yet we can't get there. You know, if you draft a guy and you develop him and for 5 years on his rookie deal, the Rams did this before they had to trade for Matthew Stafford. But I understand where the Rams were with Jared Goff. They bring him in. Sean McVay obviously likes him enough to draft him. They develop him, and then they get to the critical moment where, okay, is he really our franchise QB? Because now we have to pay him like that with his second contract. And the decision then is, we don't think he's the best quarterback in the league, but also we don't want to go into the abyss, so we're going to retain him because of the time spent with this guy, and we've had relative success. They did the 1 year, they do it, and then Sean McVay realizes we've taken this as far as we can go. Let's flip him for Matthew Stafford. But the Bucs are in the same spot. You can criticize Baker Mayfield, and that will be the PR game that they play as they attempt to arrive at a contract that is satiating to the quarterback as well. But the Buccaneers side of things is, you ain't that guy. And Baker Mayfield's response is, I'm better than the great unknown, which is what you're about to go into if you don't retain me.
And you look at stats across the league, right? Like, there's some stats where Baker's superior, and there's some, we're talking about surface level QB stats just on touchdowns, completions, completion percentage, all that stuff. And Baker has an interesting thing where touchdown-wise, he's in the upper echelon, yards-wise, he's in the upper echelon, but then sacks, completion percentage, stuff like that, QB rating, QBR, all of that stuff is kind of lower.
Not a lot of
tier.
winning going on there either.
And not a lot of winning, but obviously we talk about winning not being a QB stat. It just feels like Baker. All right, I'm going to pose a couple of quarterbacks to you, Dave, and I want to see if you think Baker or this person.
Ooh, I like this.
I like
But
Baker,
first, Tony, stipulate this. The only guys, to Amin's point a couple minutes ago, we want to convince ourselves, franchises want to convince themselves that they have the right guy in-house, and how do we bring him along and win a championship with him. But in fact, there are only 3 to 6 guys total who are the real deal, can drag any roster into the playoffs, or at least make them relevant around the playoffs in late December. And those guys are who? I mean, we know who they are. They're Mahomes.
Allen.
Right. Burrow is sort of on the cut line there. Is Jalen Hurts even that guy? I don't think a lot of Eagles fans would
Lamar.
say he definitely is. So it all falls, yeah. And Josh Allen, and like that's about your list there. Matthew Stafford's old now, but he probably is in that legit top 5 tier still at this point. But yeah, after that, you're sort of blurring your eyes to convince yourself that this guy is definitely capable of dragging us to a Super Bowl.
Tony's game sounds fun. NFL!
Dave, would you take Baker Mayfield or Trevor Lawrence?
Boy, you're betting on the future if you go Trevor Lawrence. And again, you're talking about Baker, who was a first overall pick, so the pedigree is high there. I got to go with the results that we've already seen. It's hard for me to say this out loud, but give me Baker over Trevor Lawrence.
And Trevor got the $250 million deals.
Trevor Lawrence makes,
million
on average per year, he makes $55 million.
Yeah. So, all right. Baker Mayfield.
You like that Jags team, right? Right?
I do like that Jags team. Baker Mayfield or Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams,
You
right?
got to?
Yeah, that one's easy.
You got to?
That one's easy.
You got to?
It is easy.
After one decent year, not even one great year, one decent year from Caleb?
No, it's easy. It's very easy. Yeah.
There's no question. And by the way, it's not as though Trevor Lawrence hasn't had playoff success. Caleb Williams is, kind of sort of all the electricity around how they got to the playoffs this year. Yeah, the future feels bright.
I think they both won one playoff game, and obviously Lawrence has been in the league a lot longer.
And Bake is accurate, but also throws a fair amount of picks here and there. He can spray the ball a little bit. He can be gunslinger, but so
he is the
Caleb
final
Williams.
gunslinger.
Yeah. Who? Caleb or Bake?
No, Baker. He is the final gunslinger. I think the final evolution, because we have the great one, it's Matthew Stafford, but I feel like all the other quarterbacks after him are now getting taught to not be the gunslinger of old.
The others, they didn't learn from me.
Caleb is definitely is a gunslinger. He's never. I mean, the idea that Josh Allen got more accurate, so therefore Caleb will too is some fuzzy math.
All right, give another, Tony.
NFL!
Give another.
Baker Mayfield or Bo Nix?
This one's tough.
It's a good question. You go with
Bake,
Baker?
certainly.
Yeah.
Bo Nix. Bo is circumstantial, right? Sean Payton likes him in his offense. It doesn't mean that Bo Nix's powers are transferable.
Yeah, I think you go
across
Baker.
Football America.
Yeah. Go one more, Tony.
Baker Mayfield or C.J. Stroud?
It's a good one, too.
After yesterday.
It's a good one, too.
I'm going C.J. Stroud.
Really?
I'm betting on the X and O guys. I had Nate Tice on Football America a couple of weeks ago, and I was stunned to learn that he was more enthusiastic. I like the Texans this year. He loves them. In fact, he said, if I have to pick an AFC representative for the Super Bowl right now, I'm going Houston Texans. My jaw nearly hit the floor, I tell you.
All right, and that wraps up another.
You guys want one more? I got a good one.
All right, fine.
Baker Mayfield or Brock Purdy?
What?
Dave?
Bake would be better on more teams if you just traded him away today and then he had to play a game tomorrow. I'll take Bake. But Brock Purdy with Shanny, I'll take that situation.
And Purdy makes $52 million a year. All right, there you go. Amin, I want to get your thoughts here, Amin, on something we spoke about earlier in the week, but you weren't here earlier in the week. You've been with us the last few days. So since Giannis has been traded, Giannis has been the guy the last couple of years that the media is all over. Oh, you got to get out. You got to ask out. All right, you need a trade. And the media, the NBA media, always has to have a guy that they talk about. He's the next guy who needs to ask for a trade. He needs to get out and get to a better situation. And I think one of those guys that it could be now is Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry could be the guy that is at the forefront of he needs to ask for a trade. He needs to get to a better situation. And I want to get your thoughts here, Amin, because if the Warriors were to trade Steph Curry, they could still get a lot for him. A lot. And there are rumors out there about Charlotte. Like Charlotte apparently tell Curry, they just put up his jersey, it's where he's from, That Charlotte, that could be a fun story that Steph Curry would finish his career there. What do you make of what's going on there? Because they're apparently just running it back, the Warriors. They're running it back with a team that has Jimmy Butler shelved for at least half the season. That was their big move 2 seasons ago. It's a team that wasn't that good this past year. It's a team that I don't believe is even a playoff team this year, but they are just content on running it back because the owner, Joe Lacob, he said they are focused on what the future looks like after Steph Curry. And I would say, okay, that's a fine tack to take, but if you're focused on what the future looks like after Steph Curry, then you should trade Steph Curry because that helps your future after Steph Curry. It's like you're stuck in this in-between where you're saying that you're focused on the future, but you're not actually doing the thing that's going to set you up for the future.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly earlier in the week. I was on my hit on Monday, but I didn't have a whole lot of detail. I just told you guys, hey, a story about like this is the insane stuff that they have in this arena. It's all because people come to see this guy play. Right. I have some more details. So, you guys know about those jersey patches?
Yeah.
They sell the sponsorships, right?
Yeah.
And, you get a couple million off of that. That's a good deal. They're saying, Philly's jersey patch is about to come up in 2027. Like if LeBron's still on the team, what value is that going to have for it? You know what the number one jersey patch in the NBA is?
Like what the sponsor is?
No, like which team has the best deal?
I don't know who.
It's the Golden State Warriors. They make $50 million a year.
That's awesome.
Off their jersey patch. Yeah. That's not because, we got some great up-and-coming guys. Our future's bright. It's about that dude.
All right, but that day's going to come one day.
And so let that day come. The day's going to come. Cool. Why are we fast-forwarding that day? Hey, you know what? Let me give up all these millions right now because that day's coming one day.
But then my counter to that, though, Amin, would be if you're going to keep Steph Curry, isn't it F them picks? Like, do whatever it takes to win as much as possible with Steph Curry.
So that
doing what they're doing right now, which is literally nothing.
It's not
How
nothing.
is that?
It's not. Now you're doing the Mike Ryan thing that because the absence of activity means like they're not doing anything. No, they're doing. Sometimes it just doesn't work. They try to get Anthony Davis, it didn't work. Right. So Draymond opted out because they were trying to do something, not because they just wanted, hey, look, what would it be like for a few months if Draymond wasn't a Warrior? Like, that's not what they did. They were trying to make things happen. It just didn't work out. But I do agree with you. When you've got a superstar who's at that age, who has done so much for your franchise, I believe you owe it to him to exhaust every opportunity to give him the best possible roster to try to win a championship. You can't be like, oh, what's tomorrow going to be like? No, you got to go now for every way. But again, like, what does now mean? Is getting Daniel Gafford a move for now? Not really, because we know that doesn't move the needle. The Warriors need a needle-moving transaction in order to take that leap, or a genie that makes everybody healthy and a little bit younger than they were a couple, right now.
Those are hard to get.
Yeah, those ones are a little bit harder to get than a game changer. But to me, you say Steph Curry's that next guy, I've got a list for you guys.
Oh, all right. Top 5?
It could be a top 5. I didn't rank them, but yeah, it could be a top 5.
You're very big on giving us like 5 guys, but not actually giving an order. Okay.
Well, usually you take an order at 5 guys.
Yeah,
You don't
well,
give an order.
all right.
But Anthony Edwards. If this Minnesota LaMelo Ball experiment does not work, everybody is salivating, chomping at the bit at Anthony Edwards. Man, you need to get somewhere where they're gonna treat you right and get you stuff. And then, the number one place that's in the Anthony Edwards, like, hey man, you could really look good here. Yeah, your former head coach Tom Crean, he coached another guy that played here.
Yep.
Right?
I like how you're thinking.
Okay, here's another name for you. All right, just name him, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, like, everyone thinks this Washington thing is a hoax. So it's like, there are people telling me he's not.
The Wizards are trying to trick everyone?
He's not, like, there are people telling me he's not going to play a second for the Wizards. I'm like, I think it's kind of late in the game to have that conversation. But the reality is, if the Wizards do not pony up, and because he's extension eligible coming up in August, they don't pony up, then it's like, all right, get me out of here. So Anthony Davis, all the Anthonys, Anthony Davis is a guy who's absolutely a needle mover, a game changer. The risk, of course, is he gets hurt a lot. You want another name?
Yeah.
Also based off if things don't go right. How about a guy named Joel Embiid, right? Like, it's
Why are you saying it like that?
Get rid of the process?
Yeah, like, hey, Maxi's all in, right? VJ Edgecombe, everyone's excited about. LeBron is LeBron,
Jaylen
right?
Brown.
Jaylen Brown, man, that guy puts in work.
You can't, though. That's like you're sounding the alarms in the middle of the season if you do that.
I'm not saying the middle season. I'm just saying who might be the guy that's on the move. Like, again, if Embiid is not committed in the way that everyone else on that team seems to be committed to their bodies and their health and their diet and all that stuff, then maybe this is finally the time. And remember, Mike Gansey, I didn't draft this dude. Yeah. I got nothing to do. This is just a guy on my roster. And if someone gives me a great deal, I might have to explore it.
Wow.
I thought there were going to be a bigger reaction than that. Just a couple wows.
I mean, trading Joel Embiid is the mark that, like, all right, this experiment, this era of the Sixers is done. Like, we're building. This is Maxi's team now.
Wow.
The process may not end up working out, as it turns out. So are you saying, I mean, these are just guys who could be on the move. You're not saying that they specifically should be moved to Golden State or that Golden State should be chasing one of or some of these guys to benefit Steph Curry, because I think, Zaz, I hear you completely, and it's super unsatisfying, especially if you're a fan base and a town that has grown accustomed because of Steph Curry's greatness to championship level basketball. But I think the answer might be you have to straddle the two eras, which is allow the Steph Curry, understanding you're not going to win a title with Steph Curry, because if you give away the future, man, you're really going into the abyss when Steph Curry hangs it up. It's sort of like, I know maybe hockey is people don't care about Pittsburgh Penguins stuff, but that's just exactly where they are with Sidney Crosby and those guys as they're 40 years old. Like, what are you supposed to do? Try to give away all the future for right now, and then the next decade or 20 years is going to be just bum teams? It's an interesting question you pose, Az.
Got one more name for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
He's always on the move, baby.
Yeah.
Come on now. And he's still great. 25 points a game.
Yep.
Great percentages from the field. He's still an excellent scorer.
Let me ask you something. Kevin Durant, over under the remainder of his career, 1.5 more teams played for.
Oh. That's a great line.
I'm going to say over because I think his career is going to last for a while. I think he's going to play for, like, it's not like 1 or 2 more years. I think he's going to keep going. And so he's going to play for another team after the Rockets. You're asking me, is that going to be his last team? I'm going to say no.
How many has he played for now? Oklahoma City, Golden State, Brooklyn, Phoenix, Houston. This is 15.
Seattle. Don't forget Seattle.
Nah, counts Oklahoma
It's
City.
franchise, though.
Counts
It
Oklahoma
counts.
City. Don't be stupid.
But which would you be, though? Would you rather be Kevin Durant? Forget the titles and all of that, but just who would you rather be? Kevin Durant, sort of a mercenary trying to fill in spots with championship contenders to get another ring, or would you rather be Steph Curry? My entire career has been here. I know we're not going to win a title in my final days here, but of course I don't want to move here. I want to be the legend of this franchise for all of time.
Curry.
But you know what's funny? This is how I know these are all old cliches, right? They feel like modern constructs of sports talk, but like they're old cliches. Because Moses Malone played for 8 billion teams, and we never said anything about that. Right? Just like when people are like, oh, what kind of guy would go to a team with the best record? I'm like, yeah, that's right. What kind of guy would win MVP and then that very next year go to a team that lost in the finals or in the conference finals and won 57 games? Oh, that's right. Moses Malone did that. And they won the title in 83. But nobody said shit about it because we're all a bunch of babies that think that, you know what? I'd like to propose a toast to all the babies out there.
Whoa.
All the babies.
The baby's getting a toast?
The babies are getting a toast. You know what? Give me a beverage here.
Wow.
Give me some Cuervo, please.
And
Toasting the babies.
And let me remind people, Worth a Toast presented by Cuervo. Keep it fun. Keep it Cuervo.
Wow.
To all you babies that think like everything that happens in the NBA is brand new and we've never had this before, guess what? We've had, just like we've had these drinks.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Keep it Cuervo.
I would say to be able to answer your question though, Dave, I would rather be Curry because I want there to be a team that a fan base that loves me. Is there a fan base that loves Kevin Durant?
No, and that's exactly right. I mean, it's sort of like if I were an 18-year-old blue chip running back, would I rather go to USC and be the next in a long lineage of great running backs, or would I rather go to Oregon State, where if I succeed, they'll build a big statue of me, and I will be the one of one for that program for the next 50 years. That the latter is more appealing to me as well, Zaz.
Can I just tell you, by the way,
about the victory, no matter what, just mercenary behavior.
Can I just tell you, by the way, Moses Malone was so good. Oh, my God. Yeah, we should give a toast to Moses Malone. I mean, the baby's got a toast. Moses Malone was so good.
Yeah, he was amazing. You know who else is amazing? Kevin Durant.
Accused serial sex pest and Florida Republican State Representative Fabian Basabe was just found liable by a jury for sexually harassing, battering, and defaming his male former legislative aide and intern, and he's running for a third consecutive term. Plus, there's a Neanderthal in City Hall talking all that ooga booga because Miami is back.
Coming up this Friday on Mystery Crate. Check it out wherever you get your podcast, wherever you watch things, YouTube. We are literally everywhere. And this week, we are talking about what we were like in high school. Did we get in fights? Were we good students? Did we cause chaos? Tony calls his brother. I call my wife. It is a chaotic episode, but a lot of fun.
It's a classic nostalgic Mystery Crate where it's like a Back to the Future. We go to the past and we go to the future to figure out how we're becoming like our parents.
You will never believe how many fights Roy got into when he was growing up.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you. Fight on a Mystery Crate.
Yeah.
Mystery Crate, everywhere.
Everywhere. Literally, not everywhere, but most places.
Okay, are you guys ready? Because this is very exciting. This would have been the top 10 if he respected anything.
Is this our third time doing 18 and 17?
Yes. We've done it a number of different times.
This is the real one.
These used to be in the top 10, and now everything's moved back, and it might still not be 18. This might, keep in mind, this might be in the 30s by the time that we're done. Because
70 is absolutely the ceiling unless it goes to 75. That would be the absolute ceiling. But right now, it's a top 70 catchphrase countdown.
What are you shaking your head about, Zaz?
I feel like we've been inside the top 20 for months.
That's the beauty of this.
I thought we were going to be into the top 10 by now. I think we're further back than we were. I thought we were closer than 18 and 17 a while back. I thought we've already done 18 and 17 a couple of different times.
Yeah, once. And now, number 18. Put a Lobo's mint under your pillow and dream big.
Wow. A classic.
He's winded. He's
I'm a little
amazing. He
winded.
does these very well. You will hear nothing in the way of criticism from me on how well you do these.
Thank you.
This list is extraordinary. When number 58 is Who Maketh the Salad.
Yeah, who made it a salad? Past tense. Number 17. What'd he say? Thank you.
Wait a minute. That's
Wait.
Zaz's.
What'd he say?
That belongs to Zaz.
No,
How-
Greg's right.
No.
That's
I've been saying that for years. What'd he say? But you got to say it like that.
But that's how Zaz says it.
What do you?
Yo.
Wait a minute. Say it.
No, Zaz doesn't say it that way.
That is how Zaz says
I've
it.
never
heard him
Zaz
say
Me
that.
Well,
Never
say
heard.
say it.
No, I'm not your monkey.
Oh,
Everybody
so
just
it's, so
everybody
it's not
knows.
your phrase.
No, I'll say it when I want to say it.
Hey, we're
Everybody
monkeys.
knows. Everyone. That's what I say.
Say it then.
That is such bullshit.
Do you guys hear what Pat Riley said?
What do you say? That's my phrase.
Hey,
I've
stop
been
stealing
saying that for
Greg's.
years.
Stop stealing Greg's catchphrase.
No, that was entirely
Seriously.
different.
You're effing with me now, right? You're
No.
effing with me.
I've heard Greg say that countless times.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. The other one that you stole of mine, which was what? That was.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
No,
about.
he didn't steal that from me.
Right. Like, that's bullshit enough. All right. But I honestly, I don't believe that you actually knew that I said that, even though everyone knows that's what I'm talking about. That's one of my go-to
Yeah.
phrases.
Hey, that's what
Fine.
I'm talking about.
Fine, you complete ignorance on that. Whatever. Okay, it's still stupid. But this time, there's no way.
What do you say?
Stop saying that. There's no way that you don't know that that is mine. You're effing with me now.
I've never heard you say it. I'm asking you to say it right now. You refuse to.
I just said it.
Say it again.
What do you say?
Similar to mine.
You're right. The similarity is it's my phrase and you've stolen it.
Okay.
That's the similarity.
Okay, Christopher will tell you how many years I've been saying that.
Yeah, it must be a coincidence.
Brings me back to my childhood hearing him say that.
What did he say?
You see what's happened here? You had your list which originally started at 50, and then you've been able to add to it because you're stealing other people's phrases. You're like you're like Carlos Mencia.
Oh my God.
That's what just happened. You're like a comedian who is stealing other people's stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. That's my bit.
So you claim
That's my gimmick.
what? That one?
Well, 2 so far. I can't wait to hear the other 17.
What else do you say?
Well, I'm sure.
What else do you know?
Show everybody your list. I'm sure you're gonna find out a few more.
Okay, I didn't know you were associated with what he say.
This is shocking. Everything that's happening here is shocking. It seems like Chris Cody is secretly enjoying this. He is laughing. He doesn't laugh this way.
I'm sure you're involved somehow too. By the way, you're not an innocent bystander.
Pretty out of line.
Yeah.
From Zaz.
Seriously.
From me.
Yeah, you're jealous. It's his catchphrase.
Right.
Countdown.
You're right. I am jealous. I'm jealous that my phrase is being stolen by someone
It's not yours.
and using it on their podcast, which we know that has become a thing on his podcast for people to listen to get more viewers, to get more listeners. Yes, I am jealous that my stuff is being taken and is essentially you're reaping financial rewards.
You basically feel the way musicians feel about Spotify.
Yeah, you're Napster.
Napster. That's
right.
an old phrase. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
You're Napster.
Right in your face. Right in your face.
What'd he say?
Singing this. Oh, my God.
They're not even similar the way I say it and the way he
You're
says it.
Napster. I'm Metallica. We're going to see how this ends.
Okay.
You might go to prison.
Okay. What did he say?
To leave because he's headed to go see if he can talk to Giannis and Bobby Portis, but I think there's a problem in that these guys are doing a lot of media today, and I heard Zaz grumbling because I think that
Dan, I'm sitting at the table out there. You know, we're doing production stuff. I'm finishing my bagel. Tony's finishing it. gets a huge plate every morning for breakfast. If you're wondering all the money that's being spent here, it's going to be on video with me. You're going to be standing next to him waiting.
If that happens, I'm
That's
going to
what's gonna
derail
happen.
the interview.
That's what's going to
I'm
happen.
going to derail the interview.
I dare you to do that.
Neither of you are going to get him if I ask for him.
Ooh!
No, but you're going to be here. Who cares?
If we're being honest here, since you joined the broadcast, team's on no winning. Okay, so I don't know.
They went to the
about-
finals my very first season.
Again, no winning.
You were an ancillary piece.
No winning.
They hoisted babies because
You
of
were
me.
an ancillary piece. Come
So I don't know what you're bragging about.
on. You were
over there.
behind Hewitt on the depth chart.
Okay, Hewitt. I only got to do it because Kirsten Hewitt left.
Do it, Hewitt.
Do it, Hewitt.
What do you think is going to be the end result here, Mike? Because
I already told you, it wasn't predictions.
And be like, Zazzle's going to get pushed back. We're gonna
I
do
don't think
this.
any of us get him.
That would be a big surprise because they told me I got him.
I will 1,000% have him on Zaslow Show 2.0 today.
All right, Dan, I'm going to go get Bobby Portis.
No. Your appointment's not until 2 o'clock.
No, I'm getting there at 11:30. Doors open at 11:30. I'm going to be there right now.
You know what? That's just more time you're going to be standing around and waiting because you're going to be standing next to Bobby Portis. Waiting.
I'm telling you, call that Bobby Portis. I'm telling you, call him Bobby Portis. You're done, Portis. Somebody cut that for me.
That never
You're
happened.
daddy.
How dare you? How dare you?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Are we starting on number 60 or are we starting on number 50? Where are we
No,
starting?
we're starting on number 60. Right now, for the time being, it's a top 60 countdown.
And remember, we've gotten to the point now when he rattles through these, he almost passes out. You can take a breath. Like, we don't want you to die.
Right.
Take a breath if you need to.
Although, if he were to die,
The numbies would go up.
That's the way to go up.
Well, it's not just.
Be viral.
Wait a minute.
I'm dying on my podcast, not this one.
Yeah, he's said that many times.
Okay. Some
He's
people
also
have
made
said
me
I'm
promise that the
dying
week
on my
after he passes, we release an episode.
Gotta eat a peck of dirt before you die.
Peck of dirt. That's right. Nana Doogie.
I know that's right. I'm you.
You keep agreeing with your inner monologue.
Yeah, ain't no log in it.
Your
Save that.
Your inner monologue is speaking on behalf of you. You don't have to agree with it. It's
Trailers for
For
sale.
sale, rent. Hey, rooms to let 50 cents. Jinx.
Hot in here.
Put a Lobo's mint under your pillow and dream big. Friendly reminder that Clark Spence is a horse murderer. He looks the part. If we were to set up a lineup of people that would...
I saw Spider-Man last night. Saw the new Spider-Man.
Which home is it? Is like coming home, on the way home, homecoming.
This is Spider-Man Homeless. No, it's called Brand New Day. All right.
So I haven't seen it. I will see it. I'm going to movie. Well, I go to movies with my kids. The kids want to see a movie. We're gonna go see it. So I'll go. I'm gonna hope to stay awake. But got a early review from one Michael Ryan Ruiz.
I did too.
What do you say?
He said, and I quote, "This is the worst superhero movie ever."
He hated it.
He hated it.
Hated it.
He is the only person I have heard that opinion from.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's incredibly high, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, really
It's
high
early.
scores. Okay, it can't go down that much when it's 98% right now.
Here we go. This is
I
a quote.
saw
Here's the quote.
6% on Metacritic, though.
All right.
One of the worst comic book movies I've ever seen. Brutal watch that can be entirely skipped. Not a single thing of consequence happens in this one.
All right, that's not true. It's just not true.
And then he says something about Tom Holland that I will not repeat.
I was in the middle of the movie, and he sends me a text. He goes, "Spider-Man effing sucked." I'm in the middle of the movie, and he's saying that I'm enjoying the movie. I liked it.
Why are you checking your texts in a movie?
Because he's not a movie guy.
That's a good question. I like the phone. I pull it out every hour during the movies are long these days. It's not like you're in there for 90 minutes. You're in and out. Every movie now is 2.5 hours. And, over the course of 2.5 hours, I gotta check once or twice to make sure everything's okay on the home front.
Oh,
I can't,
stop, home
I can't
front.
be completely incommunicado.
You going down on the brightness?
Of course.
All right,
Come
make
on.
sure.
Yeah, come on, man. All the way down brightness, all the way down on the sound. I don't have to worry about the ringer. My phone has been on silent for about 15 years.
I don't worry about the ringer either.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about
Bill
that.
Simmons.
I don't do that either. But Zaz, so go ahead. Are you going to go against? Are you glass half full against Mike Ryan's glass half empty?
Yeah, Mike Ryan wouldn't know a good movie if smacked him in the face. All right, like it's a good movie.
Just say you want to check your phone though. The whole I'm checking in on the home front.
Yeah,
is
I
just
gotta
a
make
crock
sure there's
of
no
shit.
emergency
What are you
happening.
talking about?
What do you mean?
Like
What am
when
I
you're out in the
talking
like
about?
right like when you're at work throughout the whole day, are you just like let me make sure everyone's still okay? Am I like you're just like you. Unless you get a phone call of like shit's hitting the fan, you assume everything's
And
fine.
guess what?
The Cherokees are attacking us.
Okay, guess what? I wouldn't get that phone call. I just told you my phone's on silent. I wouldn't get the phone
All right,
call.
it's been an hour. My family's safe. Back to the movie.
Be honest.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Be
exactly how long it took. 1.5
Family's
seconds.
safe?
Yeah.
You just check your voice. You just checked your text messages, or let's be honest, did you check social media, email?
No.
What if your wife tweeted to help?
My wife has
SOS, save us. The Iroquois.
Believe it or not, my wife has no social media.
White Tamara's not on the
Good for
social
you.
medias.
Great for me. She has no social media.
You don't know about that algorithm.
She knows.
This has become the new version of the 20th century thing. Was people like, I don't have a TV in my home.
Yep.
Like, well, you're a weirdo then. I mean, what do you mean? You're intentionally trying to stiff arm the rest of the society. You don't want to be an active member of what is going down in pop culture and otherwise. Come on.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. My wife has none of it. It's a good deal.
Let me ask you this. I don't know if being on social media counts as living over merely surviving, but I'm big on doing the former, not the latter. And I wonder.
Just check my phone,
as you
by the way. Everything's good.
count- Oh, thank goodness. When you take a look at the man in the mirror, do you ever ask the question, are you going to heaven?
What?
Have-
This is
Daz, you going to
Have I
heaven?
ever asked myself, are
Well,
you
just I'm
going to
asking
heaven?
you now. Forget about asking yourself. I'm asking you. You going to heaven?
This is a real question.
Yes. Well, okay, so we're
You think you're going to heaven?
Okay, hold on a second.
If you're going, we're all going.
Hold on a second. We're assuming we're gonna play Fantasyland where we're assuming I believe in heaven. We're gonna just
Wow.
Hey, like,
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
What do you mean? Wow.
Have
Don't
you
tell the
heard
rabbi that.
atheist?
I wouldn't say
Religion
that.
there.
I wouldn't say that to the rabbi.
Those bonds are not getting
We're
cashed.
not getting into We're not doing the game of. We're not debating
Okay.
the afterlife. We
All
are
right.
assuming that
Okay.
there is an afterlife, as has been laid out in our culture, in our society. What the tenets are that get you into heaven
Great.
versus getting sick.
Okay, so we're gonna play Fantasyland. Yes, I do believe. I feel like the thing that doesn't get you into heaven is if you kill someone. Like that to me, that's like
Or littering back to back on a highway within 30 seconds.
To me, I feel like if you kill someone, you're definitely not getting into heaven. And after that, it's like debatable. Like I think you got a pretty good shot.
I think it's debatable if you kill someone. We gotta have a conversation. Like, what were the circumstances?
Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously, self-defense, okay, but
Accident.
If you murder someone, let me do it like that. If you murder,
You're saying
someone,
cold blood.
Yeah, no, it could be warm blood. If you murder someone, you're not getting into heaven. But everything else, I feel you got a really good shot.
In this hypothetical, there's someone up there that's kind of looking down and surveying this and assessing everybody. I think there's three buckets you put some if I'm looking down, definitely getting to heaven, definitely not getting to heaven, and I'm not sure yet. I think that's where I fall.
On the fence.
I think I'm in the where I think he's just we could go either way with this one.
Zaz, what if I saved hundreds of millions of lives?
Yeah.
But then I did murder someone.
Yeah.
Like, it's off me. Ball's off me, right? Like, I absolutely, it's murder, first degree, whatever, even if I get caught or not. But I saved all these lives. I saved
But
all
I
these.
mean,
I did so many good
you
acts.
didn't do either of those. You didn't do either one of those things. I don't think, or maybe I don't know what you're in your history,
Well-
but are you bound for the clouds?
Well, it's not. I wouldn't put it 100 million lives saved. Oh man, hold on. I got to do some math here. Let's carry the two. Oh, thank you.
But I would use the
This
same
is the
logic.
person who doesn't move. I don't know if this gets you out. This knocks you out of heaven, but I do think it's very weird that Amin has for many moons now done a movie podcast, and yet he hasn't seen the Odyssey. Why? Because he knows he'll fall asleep in it. What are we?
All right, Football America, like you've never fallen asleep in that 4 o'clock window.
I've never fallen asleep in a movie. No, I mean I can't fall
But you're the
asleep on a
football
flight.
guy. You've taken a nap in the
I'm
4
with
o'clock
Baz,
window.
though.
You've taken a nap in the 4 o'clock window.
Never. I really don't. I think that there.
Yeah, but see, that's semantics what Dave is doing now because he lives on the West Coast. There's no such thing as a 4 o'clock window.
Damn it.
I'm like Zaz, though. I think that people who live their lives by some code that is going to get them into heaven, those people are weird. And people who assume that heaven awaits them, heaven or hell, I think it's got to be kind of like it's going to be not that exciting if when you die and you're like, oh, I made it to heaven. Good. I was hoping that this would work out. Whereas it sounds like Zaz, like if there is a heaven when I die, imagine how euphoric we'll be. Like, what? This place really exists. I get to live forever. All right. It's going to be way better to be in our headspace, right, Zaz?
My biggest question, Dave, when it comes to, again, we're in Fantasyland right now. If there is a heaven, my biggest concern, it's not a concern, I guess my biggest question is, okay, there's this idea that you're going to be able to be around while Amin continues to do math over there. If we're going to be around, we're going to get to see again the people who we've missed, right? Like family members or friends. We get to be reunited with them. My big question is, what do they look like? What do I look like? Do they recognize me? Do I recognize them? Did they age all this time? What do I look like to them? What do they look like to me? Isn't that like a valid question if we're making it to heaven and reuniting with people? What do we look like?
Yeah. Maybe God's at the gate and he's like, I'm going to see, guess what? Great news. You're into heaven. I'd be like, hey, God, talk me into a little bit. Tell me what's in it for me. That's what you're saying, Zaz. Like, the idea of meeting up with my loved ones, but tell me more before I sign off and enter into past those eternal gates.
Yes.
Oh, good for Amin.
You got the answer. It's yes.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, if it all ended right now.
Yeah.
A couple hours from now, I don't know. I can't, like, dude. We're right on the. I'm not firmly in the yes, but I'm in the yes. But future events might change that.
Yeah, I really think for me it's about murder. If I could avoid murdering someone.
Good? You're good. You're in the clear if you don't murder.
Yeah. I think
you think that?
Again, we're playing Fantasyland that heaven exists. Yeah, I think I'm definitely in that.
Okay, you keep saying that.
What if I rob a bank?
Yeah. What'd you rob it for?
For my family.
I think you could get a pass then.
So let me get this straight. You keep saying Fantasyland.
Right, yeah.
Are you implying that you do not believe in heaven and hell?
We're not doing that.
No, I just want to ask.
Well, first of all, I definitely don't believe in hell. All right.
Okay. All right.
And I'm implying that I'm not implying that I don't believe in heaven.
Well, it kind of feels like.
But I am straight up telling you I'm a man of science. I believe in science. I believe in things that can be proven. That mean now maybe there's heaven, maybe there's not. I have no proof.
So okay, so let's role play here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Zaz, you die. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. He dies. We have the funeral. Everyone, White Hammer's sad. Everyone's sad. Your kids are sad. And then, life goes on. And then
Zaz was awesome.
Judgment Day happens, and you're risen from the grave. You're like, oh my gosh, wait a second, it's real. And then you get there, and it's like, White Tamara, welcome to heaven. Here's your pass. Hey, Zaz kids, there you go. It was one for you, one for you. Your grandchildren's okay. Well, and then you say, whoa, big timer. Where do you think you're going? They stop you there. And you say, I'm with them. And you say,
hold up, guys, I'll be in a sec. We heard you.
And hold on, let me look at my notes here, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is.
You're under
Jonathan Zaslow. It says here you are a man of science. hey, Peter, we got a man of science out, bro. He's not to get into heaven.
I know, and that does worry me. Like, I have thought of that.
It should worry you a little bit.
That does worry me.
This is my part.
I don't want to get there, and they're like, yo, I thought you didn't believe in this shit. Now you want to take part? Like, yeah, that does worry me.
This is my thing, right? Like,
that's why I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I'm just saying I believe in what can be proven.
You said Fantasyland.
You called it Fantasyland.
You said Fantasyland.
We're playing this Fantasyland.
Like that,
yeah. I'm a man of science. I'm going to tell you this to everyone. I'm not trying to convert anyone to any religion. I'm just telling you, hey, the religions all say, hey, if you're a good person, if you do good things, you're going to go to heaven. All right, cool. So, like, the extra act from you as a person who does not believe in religion, does not believe in heaven or hell or whatever.
I do believe in religion.
It's
Of
like,
course I believe in
you
religion.
want to live as a good person in general, right?
Yes.
As a decent human being.
Yes.
All right. It's just like one extra step to believe in heaven. Like it does not change your day at all. It's just like, you know what? Like yeah, I'm in on this heaven thing. And that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Right. That's why I'm not going to sit here and tell you.
You just did. You called it
No,
Fantasyland.
no,
You said
well,
Fantasyland
Well, we're living on the clouds. Feels a little
It's
like
another kind of
Fantasyland.
Fantasyland kind of
You
thing.
delude yourself, Amin, to be a good person. That's the entire thing. The institution of religion exists to control the masses and to give them a reason to behave themselves collectively and be members of society, or otherwise, 500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, there wasn't a straightforward line when we were subsistence existing outside of a very small percentage of human beings. We were living day to day. You had to go out and get food to live another day. So you needed a purpose to your life that transcended the poor quality of life that we have. But as we sit here now, Zaz, I feel like maybe we've put a stink on being a ghost. I wouldn't mind being a ghost.
Oh, being a ghost would be sick.
Just get to hang
Yes.
around. Like if you get to pick where you go, like I would just be a ghost in Pittsburgh and just haunt, PNC Park and Steelers games and Penguins games for the rest of my days. Which
Okay,
would be eternity.
So a couple of things. Number one, you were talking about, thousands of years ago, we were living day to day. I said, like someone on Hard Knocks. But
Family's safe, by the way. Check again.
thank God. But a ghost, that's even worse, because you know what a ghosts are? Ghosts are people like everyone else is in heaven.
They're caught in the middle.
And then they're like, hey, Zaz, you coming with us? Like, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Why are you hanging out in the parking lot? Like, I'm just, I want to go see my
thing.
Yeah, see my family.
Come on now. You know about ghosts?
You were asking me. We were talking earlier about lifting your window on a plane. I gotta see what I'm looking for heaven. I'm like, what's going on out here?
Good point by him.
But as a vain person,
Not a good point.
Good point by him.
I would love to attend my own funeral just to see who shows up.
Same.
I would like to be a ghost at mine. I want to see what goes down there. And I want to hear what people say about me when I'm not around. And that I would have that opportunity again for a long time. And then when those people all die off and they ascend to the heavens, to hang around the clouds, like that sounds like a fun experience. No, I'll be hanging around the places I know and enjoyed and just watching games and movies and all that sort of thing. That seems ghost might be better than heaven.
No way. Heaven is the most awesome place. Anything you want, you got it. Like, I really like some
Streets
apple
of
pie.
Gold. You ever heard of that,
Jumping
Dave?
from cloud to cloud.
Like, Ghost is like it's like a movie that you watch that like is about you with featuring people and you can't do anything about it. You ever yell at your TV? That's what being a ghost is. It's yelling at your TV all the time.
Okay, now what if you're saying in heaven you could do whatever you want? What if in heaven you want to murder someone?
Yeah, you can do that.
They don't know. That doesn't happen.
Yes, in heaven, here's the thing. If I want to murder someone, first of all, if I was the type of person who wanted to murder people, probably not going to end up in heaven. Like
so even just thinking about
the desire,
I mean,
the
come on,
desire to
yeah,
murder.
yeah, of course.
I did that. It's an itch that you need to scratch. Like that's automatically you're not
Is
going
it
to
what
heaven.
you want to deal with? Zaz, of course. Zaz and I are going to be ghosts, a bunch of squares, bunch of self-righteous squares. Oh, I never thought about murder even once. How dare you? Oh, I'm too pure to have ever considered such things. Fat. I'm going to be down there. Watch. By the way, whatever you want. Well, I want to see all my teams win championships. There's not going to be any excitement about seeing that when I wish for it to happen. Be like, yeah, that's what I just wished for, was to see that. Kind of unsatisfying without any suspense.
Yeah, Dave, I get it. But heaven could be anything, right? Amin always says the Family Guy joke. It's like, that's a boat behind that door. But what's the mystery?
Boat's a boat. The mystery box could be anything.
Could be anything. What if
Could be
in
a boat.
heaven you could actually play for your favorite team and win championships up
Whoa!
there? Oh, how about that?
Now we're talking.
How about that?
Short-term victory because, Chaz Sheen basically showed us the path there. He had any woman he wanted, and he could do whatever. And so he had to dabble in homosexuality to feel something. He had to, and I think that's where life would take you. Is that what you want to mean? Is that what you're saying?
You want that? You want the same path as Chaz Sheen?
Guys want to walk around like thinking about murder, but not being able to do anything about it because you're a ghost. All you can do is boogie, 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 and like you scared some people. Congratulations.
That'd be great to be able to haunt people you didn't like. If you want to murder somebody, better yet, just haunt them endlessly. Just ruin their lives. Not once over. Like, well, now I killed you and the pain's over. No, I'm going to torment you for the next 27 years, guy who was mean to me in 7th grade.
If you guys could pick your heaven entrance song, what would be your entrance song?
Oh, great question. Great question.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
Here I come again.
That's Here Comes the Sun. Sorry.
Zaz, you don't get to play.
Zaz,
you
Zaz
don't
is
get
gonna
to
be some Pearl Jam or some dumb shit like that.
I was thinking Fly Like an Eagle, but that's an inappropriate song at this point.
No, you're good. Fly Like an Eagle, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, the old one.
Steve Miller Band. You're
Yeah,
good.
okay. Back.
So I liked Spider-Man. I will tell you, though, if you're going to see Spider-Man this weekend, it's really good. Mike Ryan is the only person that I've heard that has a negative feeling about it, and he hated it. But I will tell you this about Spider-Man. It is not like the other Spider-Man movies. Like, it is a serious Spider-Man movie. The other ones are kind of jokey. Obviously, the other 3, they're still in high school. This is a serious Spider-Man movie.
That's on me. I meant I Believe I Can Fly.
I was like, Fly Like an Eagle by Seal. Fly like an eagle. I was, what happened to Seal? Did Seal,
I was
did
thinking
Seal
of
just die?
the R. Kelly song.
Oh.
I believe I can fly.
You've been bad
And I
all
think-
day.
Woo!
All day you've been bad.
I know we're out on R. Kelly, but imagine walking into heaven to that song.
Again,
I believe
He's not
I
walking
can
into heaven.
Touch the sky.
I think about it every night and day.
Oh my God! Here comes Custodians.
And then fly away. I believe
Oh my God, I've
I
been
can
sent to hell.
soar.
I didn't even realize it.
I see him walking through that open door. I believe
I can fly.
I can fly.
I can fly.
I believe.
This is what goes on in heaven? No thanks.
Space Jam soundtrack.
Now, I have to do this every single time R. Kelly comes up because everyone gets really uncomfortable. Oh, we can't do the R. Kelly songs.
Not
Guys, the settlement with the victims is they get the money, anything streams. Every time you stream his music, he doesn't get that money. The victims get the money.
Oh, I'm back.
So when you say, I don't want to play R. Kelly songs, you know what you're doing? You're
taking
saying,
away from them,
victims,
yeah.
I don't want you to have this money.
Oh,
That
wow.
makes you a really
Everything.
awful
Hot
person.
and fresh out
Changes
the
everything.
kitchen.
Best remix
Mama
ever.
rolling that body and every man in here wishing.
Fiesta.
Drunk. It's a freaking weekend.
Baby,
Hey,
I'm about to have me some fun. Zaz, you know about that?
Nah.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
he's bumping his head. And he's
He
like,
is, he
nah.
is, he
It
is.
sounded good.
In the
My
Stretch
son-
Navigator.
My son is going to a show this weekend here.
R. Kelly show?
My son goes to all the rap concerts, loves rap, loves hip hop. My son's going to see an artist this weekend I have never even heard of, okay? Do you know who Yeet is?
Yeah.
Yeet.
I do know who Yeet is.
My son's going to see Yeet.
Like what Joe Uso says? Yeet.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Tony seems to know. Who
I know
is he?
Yeet, yeah.
Who is he?
He's a rapper.
But, like, his name's just Yeet?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Cody also knows ball, I should point out, as anybody who's listened to him take on Taché in Mr. Lister, TNT. Mr. Lister, Tony, I want to pull the curtain back, if I may. Football America is coming at you on Friday, as it does every week, but we tried to record it yesterday, and after a gangbusters episode, I was informed that none of it recorded. Two great interviews. And really, the highlight for me, as great as the interviews were, was Mr. Lister, Tony v. our own Buddy Badowski on Football America. I'm going to spoil it for you because you're never going to experience it. Tony embarrassed Buddy Badowski. And now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to resurrect this. And I'm going to call on Mr. Lister. Here we go. Zaz v. Chris Cody. Let's get it.
Wow.
Wow, I'm
Your
ready for
category
this.
Today, we went at this one. Tony and Buddy did this one.
All right.
And embarrassed themselves both. Tony a little less than Buddy did. I'm going to do it with you guys now. The category, Pro Football Hall of Famers from the Miami Dolphins. Zaz, you're up first. Pro football, not Ring of Honor in Miami or any of that crap.
Right.
Gold jacket guy. And they don't have to be primarily Miami Dolphins. They merely have to have played or toiled on some level professionally
Okay.
for the Dolphins.
All right, we'll start out easy. We'll go with Dan Marino.
Larry Zonka.
Damn, that was mine.
Larry Zonka.
We will go now with Bob Greasy.
I love the vamping that this game leads to.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
will now go with
Miami Dolphin Hall. We'll go Bob Greasy.
So we're talking about Hall of Famers here, right? Is that what we're talking about? Hall of Fame, the way people vamp around.
I'm
Yes,
Dracula
Bob
in this game.
If we were doing Dolphins Ring of Honor, I feel like I could play a lot better because I know they're Ring of Honor guys, but I don't know which of those
What the
guys
shit,
made the
Cody,
actual.
and give us a name.
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
go
you know
with.
this. You know this. Come on.
Relax.
Go with.
Just has to have played a single game with the Dolphins.
Doesn't even have to have been between.
It's bad
the
that you're
lines.
stumped right now this early. It's bad.
Could have been on the sideline, standing there.
It's a bad look.
I mean, this is a shame. Are you? All your days have been spent in Miami, right?
It's embarrassing for you. You know it's your turn, right, Chris?
Really?
Oh, it's my turn. I thought it was your turn.
Get the hell out of here.
I said
Zaz,
it.
I have to give. I gave 37 clues to get them to Bob Greasy.
Joy
they couldn't
Taylor's
get Bob.
brother.
Okay, fine. Zach Thomas.
Correct.
Back to you.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna go with. See, God, there's so many guys I'm thinking of. I just don't think they're actual NFL Hall of Famers.
Oh yeah, you have so many names. That's your problem. You have too many names to give you. Which shall you give for next?
Tim Bowens.
Nope. Love Tim Bowens, but not in the
That's
Hall
what I
of
mean.
Fame.
I know all like Daryl Gardner. I can just start
Nope.
rattling off.
You think Daryl Gardner's in the Hall? I love Daryl Gardner. You think he's in the Hall of Fame?
You can't try, Cody.
Embarrassing. He is trying. He's getting them wrong.
What do you mean? It's your turn.
You haven't gotten one. Do I need one more just for the win? Is that what we're doing here then?
Yeah, one more.
You've already won because you went first here, and you know
I'll even go off the board here. I'll go off the board.
Cody.
I'll go with someone who had a cameo in a Dolphins uniform and is in the Hall of Fame. Thurman Thomas. How about that?
There you go.
Hey,
This
Chris
is
Carter.
expert level performance out of Zaslow. I've been celebrating Tony, and I think I've been celebrating a false champion here. You see that when you step up in grade, Zaslow can tick these all off.
Mark Duper.
Nope. I'll go with another one that only
Super
played
duper.
for a few years for the Dolphins, but he was a good Dolphin. Junior Seau.
Very nice. Zaslow's hot. There's another one that kind of fits the way you're describing these guys. Much more associated with other teams, but nevertheless has a gold jacket and did play for the Dolphins.
Oh, I like that.
Same basic era there.
Dante Culpepper.
No.
Now you're embarrassing the show. It was one thing you embarrassed yourself. You've already done that. Now you're embarrassing the show.
Zach Thomas, I'll give you Paul Warfield. They're
That was
strong
my next one was
in
Warfield.
interior of the line of
Marshall's brother.
on the offensive line.
I want
There's
to.
Nick Bonacani.
I want to get the one though that you're referencing that only had had a cameo with the Dolphins.
OJ McDuffie.
No.
This guy scored a lot of touchdowns. Was known for that.
Good play.
Oh, this is. I'm embarrassed. This guy wore a Dolphin jersey. Chris Carter.
Very nice.
All he does.
There's one big name out there.
He
The
stunk
last
with the
40.
Dolphins.
You guys should definitely get this one. And I don't want to say more than what play or what. But there's a guy who you should definitely get. Where
Thurman Thomas.
Oh, for crying out loud, man. You know who else played for this team? Steve Martin.
So annoying. He's so annoying.
See, Dave, this is how you can't really talk about my championness. When you look at Zaz and he thinks inside the box, man. This is a guy who's just always inside the box. You know where my answers were? Where? Don Shula, Hall of Famer, Miami Dolphin.
Okay.
Jimmy Johnson, outside of the box.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Jimmy Johnson, you didn't come up
No,
with.
but come on, what are you doing there?
Jimmy Johnson. That's who I was trying to lead Zaz to because now I'm talking to a true expert. You're a paper champion, Tony. Claiming Jimmy Johnson. You didn't get Jimmy Johnson.
I didn't
And
say
by
I
the way,
said Jimmy Johnson.
You just said I just said.
I said
Don Shula.
I said Don Shula, which I did say.
I felt to me like you were also giving yourself credit for saying Jimmy Johnson when you didn't say Jimmy Johnson.
Well, let's go back to the tape.
Nah.
Sadly, we cannot do that. Boy, oh boy. Let's, I enjoy Mr. Lister. It gets you right for football
I like
season.
it. I like it. I want to play again next week. I like it. So, I saw Spider-Man last night.
Yeah.
Chris saw a movie for the first time.
That's right.
Last night as well.
He's never seen a movie before?
Seems like it.
Get a load of this. I mean, what Chris finally decided to sit down and watch last night.
Creed.
Wow.
Oh, what a film.
Great film.
What a movie.
I found the final fight a little unrealistic with how shut his eye was, his left eye. late in that
Warriors fight through.
No, but how'd you like Rocky telling him how many fingers the doc was holding up?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good move.
Slap him in the
That's a
back of
good
the
corner
neck.
man right there.
That was a good move.
It was a good movie, though. I thought, kind of similar tropes to the Rocky of like, oh, the trainer gets sick. I found it a little predictable because it was kind of similar to what Rocky's done. But I thought it was good. I'm excited to see Creed 2.
Creed 2 is just wire-to-wire nostalgia.
Yeah.
You're going to
'Cause
love
Drago's back.
Yeah, you're going to love Creed 2.
They get Brigitte Nielsen back as well.
Yep. Oh, what a...
And she's divorced from Drago.
She is so nasty in that movie.
She's an awful ex.
She makes you feel bad for Drago.
Drago's
Who
a
was going to feel
sympathetic
bad
figure.
for Drago? He's a sympathetic figure.
It's a good movie.
It's a very good
murder.
movie.
What about Creed 3?
Manslaughter.
Creed 2 better than 1? Is that what I'm hearing here?
No, Creed 1 is the best
Creed
one.
is better.
Creed's the best one because that's the one that Ryan Coogler was like very hands-on. And then Creed 2 was kind of like, all right, I've done what I can. You guys can take it from here.
But when Jonathan Majors comes out in Creed 3.
Creed 3, yeah, comes out of prison.
Boy. You're like, who is that guy? He is unstoppable.
But Rocky's not in Creed 3, right?
No, he's not. No.
Yeah. I will tell you, though, my biggest beef about the Creed movies, and maybe I'm wrong here, you can correct me, I have a hard time buying into, what's his name, Adonis? I have a hard time buying into him being a heavyweight. He's fighting the heavyweight division. He's tiny.
He put on the pounds. He put on the weight.
But you can't sell that still. He's tiny.
Well, Mike Tyson's not exactly tall.
In the first one, he's fighting
you're right.
at 175. He's fighting in the first one.
Because, he's fighting Drago's kid in the second movie. It towers over him.
Drago's kid's like 6'5", 240.
Hey, guess what? Drago towered over Rocky.
Yeah. But I guess I was able to buy Rocky being a heavyweight.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's white?
I don't know.
I'm still not over. The Creed movies are good and all of that, but I just can't get over it. When I first heard, they're making a movie called Creed about the Count of Monte Cristo, I assumed it was going to be the prequel. We were going to see Creed in his heyday, and I think we've talked about that before, but that would have been
Well, hold on now.
Maybe they do that.
Hold on, Dave Damashek. Me, you, typewriter. You're already in Hollywood. Let's go, man. Let's get to pitching. Creed prequel.
I like it. By the time we meet him, he's way past his prime. You understand? Yeah, they position him as the villain in that picture for obvious reasons. But he's the master of disaster. I mean, he would win against any of those other Balboa bouts. He would beat Balboa in his prime, Drago in his prime.
He wouldn't have beaten Balboa he wouldn't have beaten Rocky IV Balboa.
That wasn't Rocky's prime.
No,
Rocky IV. He'd retired. He'd already quit. He had to get back into shape.
Yeah, but he went out the top of his game.
No. Prime Rocky is Rocky II. Rocky II is prime Rocky.
That's right.
My favorite trope in fighting boxing movies is when during one of the in-between rounds when you're talking to the trainer's like, all right, this is the exact move we're going to do. You're going to do this. You're going to go with the left uppercut. It happens in the first fight in Creed. And then when the next round comes, there's a point when the fight's breaking down and you hear the trainer go, now! And then he does it right what he said and then he knocks him out. I love that.
Because it's always because the opponent is like, he drops his left shoulder. You got to look. When he drops his left shoulder next time, go with the upper hook.
Do it now! As if in real fighting.
You understand that Drago, what he did that night in Vegas after James Brown sang his song about living in America.
He murdered somebody.
What was the name of that song?
Creed showed up for an exhibition.
Yep.
That's all he thought this was about. Drago went in there with malintent.
Yep.
He killed a man that night. He murdered him.
He's not going to heaven.
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Wait, but what about?
Plus, he took this mic.
What about his performance in Creed 2? It's like, I think he's kind of atoned for it.
No, nothing's being spoiled for you. I will tell you this, though, Chris. In Creed 2, scene, man, where Rocky and Drago meet again. Drago's waiting for him in the restaurant.
Goosey's?
It's good shit. It's good shit.
Good part of the movie.
It's really good.
You know a movie that doesn't...
Clubber Lang beat Drago. Now, that's the fight I'd like to see. Both of them in their primes.
That is a good fight, but Clubber was not a technical guy. He was just brute force. Yeah, Drago Drago has the power and the technique, and that's what made him especially dangerous.
And the steroids.
I'll tell you what, Drago versus Apollo in his prime, that's a fight I want to watch.
Drago was emotionally weak when when his home fans in Moscow turned against him. He didn't know what to do with himself. He crumbled emotionally before he physically fell apart.
Who would have won, Drago in his prime or Drago's son?
Ooh, wow. Drago's son. Stacked.
Yeah.
Drago would have.
I think Drago
wiped the floor with
You
him.
think so?
Not
Yeah.
bigger,
I
faster,
think Ivan would
bigger,
have won.
faster, stronger situation? No.
No, I think Ivan would have won.
He was on the juice, man.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Like Messi.
Imagine being Ivan Drago and you think you're the hero of the Soviet Union, and then this American guy hits you 1 or 2 times, and all of a sudden the crowd turns against you and they start cheering for the American. That must have made he must have been sick in his balls.
You're looking in the wrong place, Dave Damashek. You're thinking about how does Drago feel. I'm like, look at this crowd. The balls on these people. To root for Rocky when Mikhail Gorbachev is right there watching in the Communist Party. No one's going home. Nobody's going home.
That's like in Victory when Pele scores in the bicycle kick and Max von Sydow playing the Nazi scourge officer stands to his feet. He loves the Nazis, but he also but he loves the beautiful game even more. And when Pele scores on that bicycle kick, he can't help himself. He rises to his feet to applaud with all the Allied fans gathered that day. The Nazis around him give him the stink eye, but good. In fact, when that game ends in a tie and all the players run off the field and escape into the streets of Paris, you know what Max von Sydow's getting to in the back of the head.
I mean, you know about that Nazi scourge?
I know all about the Nazi scourge.
It is time for a brand new segment on Fridays here, and it is called AI or Not AI. Yes. Everybody get excited. Yes. AI is very controversial these days because sometimes you'll see something on Twitter. You'll see it on the internet, and you're like, man, I don't know if that's AI or if that's not AI. So we're going to be able to tell you now. First up here, AI or not AI. Here is a picture. New team photos this year for the Atlanta Falcons star running back Bijan Robinson. The left is last year. I say it the right way. The right is this year. That is Bijan Robinson's new team photo. Chris, AI or not AI?
I think that's AI.
Amin?
He looks like Zangief. I'm going to go with AI.
Tony?
He looks like Genie from Aladdin. I think I'm going to go real.
Wow. Dave?
Real.
The answer is AI.
It is AI.
That's AI.
The Falcons put out this photo, but he had normal hair.
Next up here, AI or not AI. So you may have seen this. Tony Romo was arrested, all right? And he had to do a sobriety test. He got DWI. Well, you may not have seen this additional video that has been released where he's doing the Dak Prescott warm-ups before the game.
But hip movement.
Romo's doing it in the garage, shoeless, mind you. He's doing it in the garage to show everybody, I'm not drunk. Look at me. I'm doing this test right here. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not a sobriety test. Tony, AI or not AI?
You know the cops, they sometimes like to hide evidence, and that's what happened in this one. That is 100% real.
Amin?
You mean to tell me we went from him doing the stretches to then all of a sudden he's just arrested and then it just cuts? That's not a continuous video? That is not AI. That is real.
I've never wanted something to be real more in my life, but I believe this is AI.
Dave, AI or not AI?
I'm going to go that this is AI because it feels to me like Tony Romo did the thing. He duped a lot of people who have seen the video. They're like, he wasn't really that drunk. No, I think it's the opposite. I think he was loaded, but he is a master. He is an expert drinker and knows how to kind of put on a face there. That does not seem like somebody who's trying to be comported. I don't think you break out into the Dak Prescott hip flip.
The answer is AI. He did not break out into the Dak Prescott warm-up routine.
Dave, is Tony Romo going to heaven?
Got one more
Well,
for
I'm
you
with
here.
Zaz.
One more here.
Maybe Romo can hang with me and Zaz as we haunt people.
Actually, sorry, we got two more here. Next up here on today's debut edition of AI or Not AI. Here is video footage taken by Max Crosby in the Vegas Raiders locker room where Kirk Cousins is showing Fernando Mendoza his place.
You like that? You like that? You thought it was your time, you fucking nerd. Big Kirko still ain't done, dumbass. You better be to ride the bench for another 2 years. We go 7-10, and I make $50 million a year, motherfucker.
Roy, is that AI or not AI?
I'm gonna assume that's AI. Full pads in the normal uniforms. I'm thinking that's AI.
Dave, that was the dead giveaway. Dave, AI or not AI?
Well, Kirk is definitely bound for heaven. Ergo, he would never drop an F-bomb.
Amin?
It's hard. That's a tough one.
That's hard.
I'm based on, look, this is the only reason I'm going to say this answer. Based on the videos we saw earlier of Kirk trying to run, I'm going to say that's AI because I don't think he's got that much motion going.
I'm going to go based off the top left corner of the video that says AI, that it's AI.
Oh, dead giveaway. That is AI, everybody. That is AI.
2 and 1.
Got one more for you here to close out today's debut edition of AI or Not AI. This picture here of Allen Iverson.
Oh.
Tony, AI or not AI?
He's got the finger thing. That's always a good tell. He's got the triple color.
Wait, is he missing a finger?
No. He always
that's tape.
wore
That's tape.
like a
For a second,
finger
I was
thing.
like,
Good
wait.
question, though.
The elbow. I think that's AI.
I mean,
Can we throw it back up?
Yeah, I gotta look at this again.
Look at it again. Let's see here. Okay, the jersey.
the finger is a little bit of a throw off because it's got tape on it because it looks a little bit like two.
But
in the
no,
pink,
real
one in the
hoopers
stink.
always knew that AI would have the finger. It wasn't even tape. It was actually like a little finger.
See
like
the detail on the
sweatband.
tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
This is AI for me.
It's AI.
I'm gonna say not AI.
What?
Wow.
The answer is that is AI.
Oh, wow, it's AI.
It is.
They're all AI.
Yeah.
That
The answer is the answer was right there.
That is AI, and that right there is the debut edition of AI or Not AI.
Good segment. That's a good segment.
All
That was good, man.
right,
That's
there
good.
you go. Guys, you know how we do to wrap up a Friday show, all right? Everybody out there, they're like, Zaslow, come on, I got to know. Is it a big game? Or is it not a big game? That's right.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Big Game or Not a Big Game with Jonathan Zaslow.
All right, Chris, what do you got for me today?
I found out last night from my wife that this Sunday, her, myself, my daughter, we are going back to school shopping.
Oh, wow, that's brutal. That's brutal. I mean, you're following them around with the shopping cart. You're just praying. Can this end?
How much
Can
is
this
that?
end?
Just whipping out the credit
Oh
card.
my God, it's time to go.
Makes you emotional, I know.
Yeah.
How do they need jeans every year?
Right. Choked up. That's not a big game. Nobody's looking. That is not a big game. I mean,
As I mentioned earlier, taking the kids to see Spider-Man tomorrow. Gonna have to fight to stay awake. Not because I don't think the movie's good, but because I'm in a movie theater. Zaz, is me staying awake throughout the entirety of Spider-Man with my kids big game or not big game?
seeing Spider-Man opening weekend with the kids, trying not to fall asleep. That's big game.
Big game.
Tony, big game and not big game.
Zaz, today is the first day that I'm going to go home and my daughter is going to be walking because she started walking yesterday. So today's the first day that I'm going to go home and she's going to be walking. Zaz, big game, not a big game.
Nothing tops that. The daughter's walking. Make sure you put the bumpers on the edges of the corners of the tables. You don't want to have any accidents, especially on the coffee table. That's a big game.
This is when it starts for you, Tony. Like right now. This is when you need to bring your A game.